Ladies and gentlemen of the live studio audience, it is official. I have beaten Father Time. I am somehow live on Twitch on a channel that Twitch says doesn't exist. Truly, this is the strangest timeline. I'm afraid to start because I'm like, wait, what if it doesn't, like, what if I start and it cuts out a piece of it? I mean, I guess it doesn't. There's nothing I can do if that happens, but I mean, I just went on the page. It's live. It's I can't see chat because it won't load on my phone, but I just went on the page. It's live. Well, it says last live just now, even though it doesn't show my live thing there. It's not allowing me to connect to chat. Well, this is going to be fun. We'll wait 3 minutes, then we'll get started, just in case Twitch is still being dumb. I would just like to know why it always happens exactly when I'm ready to start, though. You know, like it's been consistently happening. And I mean, I guess I'm slightly biased here because I don't really look at Twitch all that much when I'm not getting ready to stream, but like, why on the days I'm streaming? And why at 4:30? Because I just looked at Twitch, like, when I was setting this up not half an hour ago. 45 minutes, actually, ago it was. And it was fine. So why specifically now, you know? Like, we're not lined up with Grand Meridian time or anything where we're suddenly passing to a different day. It's 9 o'clock in Grand Meridian time, 9:30. So, like, what seems to be the problem? Well, I don't know, but the Switch is going dark on me, so I guess I better press a button so we can get ready to go. Oh, that's not the game I'm playing today. There we go. What a time to be alive. Time when Twitch doesn't think I exist. Before we get started, apologies for my dog in the background, but I'm going to go check something else on... I'm going to go open up Discord and see if the link that I left actually says the same thing, because I would imagine it all says the same thing. So... I think I see Conker in the chat over there. I think that's him. It's going good, Conker. How's it going for you? I am currently attempting to connect to my own chat, which Twitch is not allowing me to do on my phone. Hang on, let me see. Oh. Having issues, apparently, yes. Yeah, I can see that. This is the same thing that was happening, what's it called? Before, the last time I was streaming, it happened before that, and then at about 4:30 it buffed out. Apparently it's buffing out now because now I can connect to my chat. So, I think. Let me see if my phone is going to actually load it here. Oh, it wouldn't load any channels you were following earlier? Yeah. Because that's what it's doing to me right now. It's not loading me or any of the channels that I follow. So... Or my chat. That's the most important thing. It's not loading my chat. Which, I mean, I'm okay to get started like this, and I'm sure eventually it'll buff out, but, like... I don't want to miss chat, you know. I'm also concerned about, like, there being a situation like that one time when we were in Stormblood, and Twitch lost, like, an hour's worth of footage because of an encoding error of some kind. So... I don't know. Something weird's going on. And I don't know if I can get to the bottom of it. I'm sure it'll eventually buffer out, but... I see, like, it loads the homepage on the Twitch app for me just fine, but then I go to click my channel, and it won't load. Yeah, something went wrong. The channel you're looking for might not exist. Motherfucker! I'm right here. Hey. I love technology. Especially technology that only works when it wants to. Let me see. Adam is here. Hello, Adam. Sorry, I had to get up from the microphone to see who was here because Twitch is not connecting to chat on my app. Hello, can everybody hear me okay? Am I breaking up? Twitch says that my channel doesn't exist at the moment, so... You know. That's fun. Yeah, I'm almost afraid to start because I don't want to lose, like, too much footage, potentially, from it being like, well, you didn't exist until just now, so now we're going to cut off. Oh, you can hear me fine at the very least? Well, that's good at least. That's the thing I'm more worried about, so... Because I can't see chat, but as long as you guys can hear me, that's the most important thing. Because that means we can start. And just wait for it to buffer out. Okay. Audio's fine. Okay, good, good. I'm gonna have to put on, like, some glasses or something to see my chat while I'm waiting. Actually, you know, I've got a better idea. Hold on. Let me do this. I think that's okay. How's the switch with the computer being that close? I mean, it's working okay. So, alright, well, it's a little bit jerry-rigged, but I've moved my computer closer. It's the cords are a little stretched out, but it should be fine. It's not affecting the recording or the bitrate in any case. So, excuse me. Let me just try my Twitch app one more time, see if it's working. And if it isn't working, or if it is, we'll get started. And we'll just wing it, like we always do. But yeah, apparently this stuff's been happening on and off since, like, the beginning of the year. I don't know why. I don't know why it's only affecting certain people, too. Like, it's got all these recommended channels for people with hundreds of viewers on the front page, but they don't seem to be having any problems, at least as far as I know. Alright, fuck it, let's get started. I will not be denied. Oh, your phone ate it in the shower tub and it's hard to type now? Oh, jeez, that sucks, Adam. Might have to get a new phone. That wouldn't be good. Oh, well, I mean, I guess it depends on if it was under warranty or not. Like, maybe if it was under warranty, you can get away with taking it to the store and getting, like, a replacement or something. Maybe. I don't know. Definitely still having issues. Can't see the panels on my page. Oh, yeah. Definitely a problem, then. Yeah, that's going to be thing. Although I will say this, Conquer, if Nightbot is working correctly, you could always type exclamation point and the social media panel that you want to see, and that should give you a link to it. Like, if you want to, you can try it. You could type, like, exclamation point Discord, and it'll give the Discord server link. I guess that would be our best bet at this point. It's like, if we need it, we could use Nightbot to do that sort of stuff. Because I think I mentioned it before. I have a Nightbot now for just a couple of little things, so. Seeing people having issues since the beginning of the year as well, not just me. Okay, well, at least I'm not alone in this, you know? I don't take too much solace from that because we all, I mean, I would like to not have any issues in the first place, anybody not have any issues in the first place, but, well, you know, it's just part of the process, I guess. All right, here we go. So, Twitch is having issues, and I'm having issues with bad RNG, but I will say this, I did fix it so that the RNG should not screw us on Monster Meat anymore. I actually changed up the way that I was going to have Sky evolve for a little bit, to the point where we now only need to eat 3 meats from bosses and 1 random monster, of which I will not have any trouble killing at the very least, because it's one of the very earlier monsters in the game. How are we going to get down there to find it? You'll have to find out with me. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to the Final Fantasy Legend, the Stream Edition. Last time, we were making good progress in the tower, and then Nicolas Cage decided to say not the bees, and all of the hornets and the entire planet disappeared, and I had to go hunting for them for 45 minutes. So, today, having found the hornets and made our way up to the 4th part of the tower, the 4th major world, we will head inside and see what's going on in there, and then we'll keep going. For a good while, your icon and follow stuff wasn't even showing up. It was just blank. You could still see the stream, but nothing else. Yeah, that seems like how it was in my Stream Manager, too, because I could load my Stream Manager and, like, change the description and everything like that, but it wouldn't show me a bit rate. It wouldn't show, like, the title of what I was playing or the game itself. It wouldn't load chat. It wouldn't load old recent follows. Nothing. So, like, it was like, again, it's like my channel doesn't exist right now, which is just like, I'm having a crisis of existence apparently here. I didn't realize that this was something that would happen outside of Star Trek. Let's go inside of the World of Ruin, which we checked out a little bit last time before being promptly kicked out by Suzaku, and see what we can do. There is an oven? Is that what that is up there? It looks like an oven. No, it's actually it's like a subway entrance, basically. And so you can use the underground to avoid Suzaku, which is rather nice because he's everywhere on the world map. And I don't know if I really mentioned it last time. You can actually kill him. He has 255 defense, so the saw will work very well on him. If you can get it to hit. It has like about a 50% accuracy at base. But if you kill him, you get basically nothing, and he just comes back over and over and over again, because he has a force field, like those kids on the recess grounds in elementary school who were like, I put up a shield, you can't do anything to me. It's like, kid, did that work out for Porky? Because I don't think it worked out very well for Porky. Man, how do I even know that? I didn't even friggin' play Earthbound. Actually, I was going to check something before I started today. Jerry, can you use your elixir on Sky? Because Sky's out of thunder charges, but I would like to have some, please. I just want to see if this works. It does! Okay. I wasn't sure if it would work on monsters. I know it works on monsters in the sequel, but I wasn't sure if it would work on monsters here, so. Alright, well, anyway. Let's end up down here with a zombie, apparently. Fantastic. I'm gonna eat through the rest of Luna's electric book charges, even if we're not fighting enemies in an AoE situation, because I have a Vampic sword and a Psychic sword that I have in our inventory for her. I'm probably not going to use the Vampic sword because I kind of doubt that she'll... Oh, that lady said come this way, by the way. I kind of doubt that she'll even get through all of the charges on the Psychic sword before we're done, because we have a spare stone book here, we have like 11 charges of stone left in her inventory, and we're going to be getting another stone book for free at some point here soon. Not to mention she also has an offensive ability now, Ice, which she may or may not keep for very long, as you can see there. She just got rid of, I think, Mirror for another ESP. So, but we'll do the best we can with what we have. So yeah, we'll just eat through all of her charges there, and then I'll start using Ice once that's over. Probably won't see too much of the electric book use right now, though, because most of the time, for right now, the enemies are just in singular groups like this. So, Jerry and Adam can handle things fairly well, unless we're against a Stone Man, because I believe this guy has Circle Change, which gives him resistance to weapons, so... Of course, between the three of them, yeah, it might not matter so much. I do like having the Thunderbird around this point in time, though. You'll notice a trend in the first couple of Final Fantasy Legend games because Thunderbird will pop up a couple of times in those cases. But having Warning and Stealth to prevent back attacks and potentially get my own preemptive strikes is very nice. Even if it's kind of a... It's not the best monster at the moment. I could probably get some better stuff. Like I could get the level up of the Stone Man there. I could get Iron Man by now, which would make me... Probably Buku bucks, because then technically wouldn't I be owed some royalties from the Marvel Universe? Huh? No, Disney would never give that to me. Uh-oh. That girl's in trouble! Let's help her. 3 Atom Ants, huh? Well, Adam, how about we take care of the Atom Ants with a bazooka? I think they're weak to ice, but I'm still going to eat through those electric charges just because it's a little easier. Yes, Adam, there is more than one of this game, actually. This is the first one. What I'm playing it on is I'm playing it on the Switch, and it's a collection of Saga that just came out, and it's the first 3 games in the Saga series. But they weren't called Saga in the US, they were called Final Fantasy Legend 1, 2, and 3. So we'll be playing all 3 of them over the coming probably month and a half, 2 months. It's going to take that long to get through them, even though they're shorter, because I'm still only at 2 days a week, so... But anyway, we saved that girl. Hello. Oh, cool. Thanks, I guess. you could have, I don't know, led us there, or... She's like, cool, thanks for saving me. Here's a town. Bye. Alright, fine. Luna got HP. Luna also got strength. I'm going to use this cure book, too. Just because we got an extra one. You're terrible, by the way. Thanks, Adam. I like to believe I'm living up to some lofty standards. If you think this has been terrible so far, though, wait until I start memeing later in this episode. Then it's going to be really terrible. Oh, okay. I was going to say, what's the name of this town? I don't think this town has a name, now that I think about it. I think it's just Southwest Town. I mean, it's a ruined world. I guess you don't really need to have town names anymore, do you? But anyway, Amayoko is a town to the northeast. Not that we can get there right now, because Suzaku would kind of murder us on the way there. Oh, excuse me. This world is pretty big, so it would kind of be hard to get there on foot. I mean, if we use the underground, we might get there a little easier. But oh, okay, cool. There's a power plant. Well, maybe we'll have to use that for something. No? Well, unfortunately, sir, this is a JRPG, so when you tell me not to do something, I therefore have to go and do it. I'm sorry, but that's just the way that it works. So. Now, we have a lot of money. We've got over 100,000 gold from running up through the tower there, so I think this is the shop. Like, this is the guild down here, if I remember right. Yeah, we don't need that. But we do also need to go to the shop so we can buy a whole bunch of stuff. Primarily, we're going to be buying HP 400 potions for Adam and Jerry. I think I'm just going to get them above 400 HP now, and then work on HP 600s later, once we get to that point. But first, let's sell off our excess equipment that we don't need, so including the Vampix Sword. Yeah, 5,000 gold ain't too bad. It's a nice little drop in the bucket for us. 7,500 for the Revive, that's also nice. And the Saw will sell for a little bit, too. So, yeah, it's all good. Let's see, what do we got? You wait that time with bated breath. Good, Adam, good. We're both waiting for it, then. We'll get there soon enough. What do we got here? These swords are elementally charged, so if they hit something that has a weakness to them, it has a chance of dealing a critical hit to them and instantly killing them. It's not that reliable, though, and I find it's just better to have what we currently have, basically, because we're going to be getting some better stuff anyway, like this cat claw that we've got here. We're going to be getting one of those for free pretty soon, and then there's a better sword that we can get when we eventually go to Amayoko. So we'll work on that when we get there. Here's a Psychic Sword. If you have more than one mutant, you might want to grab one of those. I would like to get a couple of Vulcan cannons, though. They used to be called Balkans in the original translation, but they retranslated them for this version. So these are the upgrades to the bazookas. So I'm going to equip those and probably just take the bazookas right off. Like, they're not all that necessary for us. Do I need an army helmet? Maybe. The staff, if I remember right, confuses a group of enemies if you use it. It's not like a healing one. I do want to get an armored suit, though. We're going to hold on to that for a little bit because that'll be useful in just a little while. Not just yet, but in a little while. So, all right, Vulcan Cannon Fire. Vulcan Cannon Fire. We'll get rid of that. You can keep the X Potion for now. I think... yeah, I might switch their equipment around just a little bit later because I know what I want their endgame equipment to be. But we don't have access to all their endgame equipment just yet. So, Armored Suit we're going to hold on to for a little bit. So we'll put that up here. This Cure Book's probably going to be equipped in, like, the very immediate future, so we'll do it that way for now, just so that we can... We gotta watch our inventory space. We only got 8 slots to work with here, so gotta be a little careful. There we go. Speaking of Suzaku, though, in Final Fantasy Type 0, it was a being that occasionally wandered big battlefields and absorbed souls. It was super strong. What's it like in this game? Kind of similar, actually, at least when you first meet it. I haven't seen it out on the world map in this episode yet, but if you fight it in this, in the Ruined World, before you gain access to an ability to pierce his force field, he has 255 defense. Most of his stuff does, I mean, it does decent damage to you. If you have resistance to fire, you're usually fine to fight him, but killing him actually doesn't kill him. He just comes back over and over and over again. So he's going to be a rather relentless force in this world for us for just a little while until we find a way to beat him. So we'll work on that. But yeah, so I guess it's kind of similar in a way. So maybe that's where the reference came from. How much room do I have? I have 4 slots for this stuff. Okay, so we'll buy 4, and we'll do this. Start using this up, see if we can get Adam and Jerry up by 400-ish HP. We'll get there eventually. There we go. Well, Adam's getting some decent gains out of that. Yeah, I mean, he got some pretty good gains from that. I might actually, to free up a little space, I might use this last cure charge to do this. Because we need the inventory space, trust me. We're going to be getting a lot of items soon that I'm going to want to have the inventory space for. And, oh, hey, our ESP charge is finally reset to be normal, unlike before. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to want to use up some of our stuff that we have, because we have enough stuff. Don't worry about that part. And if you don't have enough stuff at this point, not to worry. If you've been keeping up with my monster transformations, you'll be fine. If you haven't, you'll still be fine, because you'll be able to go back and buy supplies from other worlds pretty soon. He's at 372, so let's get... What do I have, like 5 slots? I'll just give some to Jerry if I make it over 400 on Adam. I would like to get a couple of HP 600s for him as well, which will help him after he gets above 400 HP. So, we'll see. I just hope he doesn't get 19 or 20 out of this one. Okay, that's fine. I was about to say, damn it! But no, I didn't jinx myself, thankfully. That's fine. Okay, so now for Jerry. And if we want to be fair, Jerry's HP growth from these HP potions over the course of the game has been really good. He's gotten more HP out of these than Adam has per potion, basically. Maybe he should have been my tank. Oh well. What can you do, right? Okay, so I got 5. Hopefully I don't eat through all of them, or rather, only a few of them before he does it. Now, that doesn't mean you're allowed to gain 5 HP, Jerry, just because I was just talking about you. I was just saying how good you were doing, and now, well, actually that was pretty good, so. I'll probably get a couple more, I think. And then let's get a couple of the HP 600s as well. Give those to Adam. I know we're burning through our money quite quickly here, but don't worry, we'll get plenty of it in this world. Most enemies drop around like 3,000 gold a pop, so we'll be fine. Ooh, nice. That's actually getting 20 HP out of these HP 600 potions is really good, because they cost more than 20 HP 200 potions, which you could actually use if you wanted to go back to the older worlds and buy HP 200 potions. You could actually use them for less money to get your HP up beyond 400. But, well, I'm here, I've got the money, whatever. I might as well use them, you know? So, alright, Jerry, let's keep going with you. And, okay, so we need one more for you. Sometimes it astonishes you they were able to fit all this on the Game Boy. Seriously, Ghost Hand, yeah, it's incredible what they were able to fit into these 3 little games. And, I mean, this was 1989, so it's not like the Game Boy had been out for, like, a huge chunk of time at that point. They really went all out with this one, but I like it, so. And hello, Ghost Hand, how you doing? Welcome back to the streams. Do I want one for Jerry? Maybe, but I also might want an army helmet, so let me hold off on that. What do we have, anyway? We have an army helmet for you. And actually, I think I'm okay. I don't think I need an army helmet, because I'm thinking about it. We're going to get a unique piece of armor, piece of headgear, I should say, in just a little while, so I don't think Jerry needs it that badly. So we'll hold off on getting an army helmet for him. Keep the money so we can use it in the next town. But in the meantime, yeah, that's not bad. Okay. Well, I'll slowly raise their HP above 400 at this point. I would like to have around 600 HP for them by the end game if I can. It's a little tricky to get them to that point because obviously you're spending a good chunk of money, but to be fair, we'll be getting that money anyway, so. And once I buy stuff from the next town, well, actually, I was going to say we're not really going to need money for much else in the game after that, but that's not true because eventually we'll get to a town that has some better stuff that I want. And we're going to need like 200,000 gold for that, but we'll get there. How's the path to the sewer in the northern subway? Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Why would I want to go to the sewer, though? Is that just like an escape route in case of Suzaku? In case of Suzaku, break glass to sewer pipe. Oh, okay, if we need to go to the power plant, we can go in through the sewer. Got it. Not my favorite method of travel, but hey, I mean, you take what you can get in the post-apocalypse. Speaking of which, this is the post-apocalypse, right? So why do these guys need money? Like, how is their economy functioning if it's the post-apocalypse? Like, wouldn't there be, like, a barter system or something in place? Like, what would they spend their money on? You know? I mean, I guess there's 2 functioning towns, so I guess it could be for trade between the 2 towns, but... Actually, I just answered my own question. Never mind, carry on. Anyway, let's go to the pub that the guy told me not to go to. What if I want to sit here in silence, sir? Oh, hello. So this guy's name is Socho. Alright. Wait, I gotta fight somebody? Okay. Sure. Hey, she looks familiar. Well, no, actually, yeah, that's the girl from the subway tunnel that we met. I was blanking on the word subway. Anyway, that's the story of the 3 fiends. And now we're going after the 4th one, yes. So, as I was saying before, Suzaku has a force field that prevents him from taking enough damage to kill him, but Socho and the gangs here are creating the Erase 99 program, which will allow them to pierce Suzaku's force field and kill him. And we need to get some parts, which, yeah, we've volunteered to help them find the parts, as you saw just there. We need to go to Akiba, which is a hidden village out on the world map, in order to find the parts that we need, though. And in order to get there, we need to go to the library to find out where Akiba is. So now we can take Socho's bike, and we can head on out of the city and go find Akiba. Not to worry, though, I know exactly... almost exactly, excuse me, where it is. And thankfully there are subway tunnels that will just lead us directly away from where Suzaku is, because that's just a bad time waiting to happen, so. I don't think there's anything in the subway tunnels, though, like treasure-wise. I think it's just pretty much barren in these subway tunnels, so. Ah, a lava worm. I will need a friend of yours later, sir, but I don't need to worry about that for now. I wonder if he's weak to ice. Did I use those electric charges? No, I didn't. Hang on. Let me do that first. I think that's going to be... I think that's 16 is what you mean there, because you put 11, but I think you mean 16, Ghost Hand. Recaptures the comfy medieval-esque feeling the first games had. You're kind of worried it'll be too focused on the main character. See, I haven't really seen too much footage of 16 myself, so I can't really say one way or the other how it's going to... what I think it's going to be like. I do know that the director of Final Fantasy XIV is involved somehow. He might be the director. of 16. And a lot of people have been saying, well, you know, that means it should be pretty good because he's done a good job with 14. So, I don't know. I mean, I guess it'll be fine. I'll have to see how it is. Maybe I'll play it at some point. Okay, I was going to say, is there actually anything over here? But no. See, I'm thinking of the, you know what I'm thinking of? Is I'm thinking of the subway tunnels in SMT Nocturne. There's some good stuff in those tunnels, but there is definitely not some good stuff in these ones, so... yeah, we'll burn through a couple of cure charges. It's okay. We got 30 of them. We'll be fine. It's pretty cool. If you remember correctly, when you fought Nox Suzaku in the story of Zero, it's flat out immune to damage. So yeah, okay. So now, see, now we're connecting the dots here, Adam, because it's probably a reference to this now, really, if it's, you know, if we're thinking about it in terms of that, because that seems very similar to how it is here. I mean, he takes damage here, but, you know, not quite the same. Anyway, we gotta walk here because there's craters here, so the bike can't actually float over uneven ground like this, unfortunately. And I actually made it without Suzaku murdering me, so that's, you know, a good thing. But this is the library, so we'll see what we can do in here. I want to run through those electric charges, so let me just single target for now until we run through them. These guys might even be weak to that, so... Because that plus that should kill them, yeah. So these guys will be dead in one round. See, once you get your humans' stats up to 99, it pretty well just destroys the rest of the game up until you start getting past this world. Then the enemies start getting a lot more HP, and it gets a little harder, but, you know. I think just HP changes there. I'd really like to get your mana up to 99 if I can, but there's nothing on this floor, by the way, so don't worry about it. You need to go up to this floor in order to start the search. Adam, it's kind of hard to search for the location of Akiba if you keep walking past all of the books. You knew that was there to begin with, didn't you? Anyway, so from the library, Akiba is 14 paces to the east and 15 paces to the north, so it's a few blocks over, but we'll go get that in just a moment. But before we do, I want to grab this secret treasure over here, a stone book. So now we have 2, and that means once I eat through those electric charges, or rather the 1 electric charge I have left, I'm going to want to start using stone. Apply stone liberally to enemy's forehead to murder them. Not Suzaku, though. He can't be stoned. I think he has circle all because of the force field, which is just not good. Speak of the devil, there he is! Run! Yeah, see, I mean, it does 150 damage, probably. So I guess that could get bad eventually, but it's really not that big of a deal. We'll get away from him. For those wondering, I did try to fight him on the last episode, and it was pretty much just a war of attrition. Like, we would have killed each other eventually, but it would have taken a while and wasted a lot of resources that I really don't care to waste. I'd rather use them on the enemies that are in front of me than this guy. Ow. It's okay, I've got X potions, we'll be fine. And speaking of which, I'm actually going to use one. I know we have cure charges, but I mean, since I have it, I might as well use it. Should I use it for that, though? No. I'll wait until HP's down a little more before I use that. And the slot that we have there for the where the elixirs are, down here, we're actually going to fill that with armor pretty soon. So we'll be getting a piece of armor for Jerry that... at least I think we'll be getting a piece of armor for Jerry in this world that we can fill that slot with. I think it's in this world. Maybe it's later. I don't remember. Well, we'll find out soon, won't we? If it's going to be anywhere, it's going to be in Amiyoko, so... Yes, head on! Apply directly to the forehead, exactly. Except with stones this time. Okay, so here's the trick to finding Akiba. So when you're on this block, you can go to the subway down there, and that'll lead you up closer to Amiyoko if you follow that all the way up. But if you want to find Akiba, just go to the right one, and then go all the way up. And here we are. So that's how you find Akiba. See, I knew where I was going. Last electric charge, lightsaber, beak. Yeah, the enemies don't come in huge groups in this particular installment. Once we get into the second game, though, it's going to start getting a little more challenging because the enemies are going to be coming in very, very large groups in that one. Thankfully, they keep the tank mechanics in that one that they have in this one, where the front positioned person takes the brunt of the physical attacks is targeted, rather, by the most enemies, so it makes it a little easier to deal with that. Just put somebody with really high defense in the front, so... You got a little more strength. I wish you'd be getting the 3 mana that you need so that we can max you out there. Then I don't got to worry about you ever again. Like, whatever you get after that point is just free money, basically. Well, whatever. Hey! Preemptive strike. Nice. Let's see. I said I wanted to use up some stone, so let's use up some stone if we can. I stoned the Hydra. I know that it's a Lamia and Medusas that you stone. It would be funnier if I stoned them, but, you know. Oh, I can't get this while I'm on the bike. Okay. A revive. All right. Well, that'll be some money for us. We've got some room for some money as well, so... And actually, I'm going to put this stone book up here. Because we probably won't be equipping that before we equip the armored suit, so... I like to think that the armored suit looks exactly like the Silver Shroud outfit from Fallout 4. Like, it probably isn't an armored suit. It's probably just a suit of armor. But I like the idea of it. Jerry's going to be the one that's going to be wearing that. And I like the idea of Jerry just running around in this dapper suit, beating the shit out of enemies. It just seems like a funny thing to me. Anyway, let's look for more items in the hidden city of Akiba. One of these rooms has got to have what we're looking for. I hope. There's an X potion. I mean, that's not bad. I could probably use that for something. I could use it for Jerry. He could use the HP right now. So, yeah, hell, I'll even equip it right there for him. Because I don't think I'm going to be equipping anything in this slot for a little while. And that way I save on inventory space, so... Alright, let's keep going. That's out, so we don't want to go there yet. And we'll be through with this saber and lightsaber as well pretty soon. Like, we'll be able to equip something that's a little bit better for them at some point here. Love how absurdly abstract the Game Boy sprites and environments are to the point of accidentally adding to the atmosphere. Yeah, they had to make them like this, you know, crazy and like over the top sometimes, right? Because they've only got this one color scheme. So they almost had to add to the atmosphere a little bit by making the environments look like this, just to make it so that it stands out. So it's not just like a flat panel, you know what I mean? But I agree. I think it's good. I like it. Can I stone a Dokuro? I don't even know what Dokuro means. Closest thing I know to Dokuro is Doki Doki Panic, and I barely know what that means. All I'd need is a fedora and a silver Tommy gun. Well, there are machine guns in this game, and I mean, we're not going to get a fedora, but we will get something fairly similar later on. So that's why it reminds me of that, is because you end up wearing just kind of like this dapper suit coat outfit eventually if you use the armored suit and a couple of other things. So here's the free cat claw I was talking about, by the way. So once Jerry eats through that lightsaber, we're going to replace it with that. Although, I might just use up that X potion on Luna right now and then just equip it on him so that he has it. Yeah, we'll do that. And then, actually, I think I can... No, I can't move it in this game without using equip, so okay. So let's do this. This, and then that. Okay. And that should be good. Luna, did you get anything? Another point of strength. Is this going to turn into more agility again, except now it's going to be more strength because their agility's at 99 already? Oh, boy. I don't think there's anything in any of these bookshelves, by the way. That's why I keep passing them up. So, can I stone a Lamia? Let's find out. Probably not, because we're probably going to kill her before... Never mind! I can stone a Lamia! Fantastic. Haven't been able to do that since... Could you do that in Final Fantasy II? I forget if the Lamia in Final Fantasy II is immune to stone. Ah, well. We'll find out soon enough, because I'll play Final Fantasy II eventually, so... Oh, good, I've got another ESP. I love Luna's crappy abilities. It's a meme at this point, practically. You love fantasy settings that mix magic with guns, especially if it's spaghetti western inspired. Yeah, spaghetti western settings are always fun to have in your in-games and stuff and stories. So it's just that gritty atmosphere of it. You know what I mean? It always adds to it. Okay, so this chest has got what we were looking for. It has a ROM in it. And if I was on the computer playing this, I would make a joke about, wait, aren't we already playing a ROM? Is this ROMception? But, well, you know, did I miss anything down here? No, because that's where the ROM was right there. So, okay. I think we got everything then. So now we're going to go find Amiyoko, which I believe is just to the northeast of here, because if we take the ROM to Amiyoko, they'll be able to give us something that will let us... it's another part that we need, so... So let's go find Amiyoko, shall we? I'm going to save real quick in case Suzaku kicks my ass. Should be right up here. Yeah, there it is. Hey, we made it without Suzaku murdering me. That's good. I don't think these monsters say anything, though. I can't get them to talk to me in any case, so... Let's not accidentally sell the ROM, though. That would be bad. It'd be like getting that one ending in Nier Automata where you sell your OS chip or something. Is that what it was called in Nier Automata? I forget, because I haven't played it yet, but I know there is an ending where you can, like, sell your... like, the chip in the robot's, android's brains that makes them function, and if you sell it, it just instantly gives you an ending and, like, fast forwards you through the credits and basically tells you game over, try again. So silly. I'm going to get a couple HP 600s because I'm doing that thing I said I was going to do before where since we're in a town, I'll use these up. This is going to go here for now. Okay, that's pretty good. We'll slowly work our way up, and that's pretty bad, but that's okay. I mean, it's 5,000 gold. At this point, 5,000 gold is a drop in the bucket, so... do you have what I'm looking for? You do have what I'm looking for. So the Dragon Sword is actually the sword I'm looking for. It's kind of similar to the Flame, Ice, and Electric swords. Excuse me, but it's not reliant on elemental weaknesses. What it is reliant on is what type of enemy the monster is. If they are in the Dragon category, or the Snake category, or the Lamia category, it has a chance of instantly killing them. So since it's not dependent on elemental weaknesses and resistances, I find it much more useful. So we're going to grab one of those. And we'll be replacing the saber with that, probably right away, because it's, wow, 3 million gold? No, it's got 3 charges, and it costs 100,000, so... but yeah, we'll probably be replacing the saber right away, because the saber is kind of an old item at this point, so... here's the item I was looking for to replace the elixir with that Jerry has, the Geta Shoe. So this will give him plus 10 strength. Even though he has 99, it can actually overflow, and it'll basically give him 109 strength, so that's pretty good. Remove the OS chip and die. Yeah. Couldn't remember. That's what it was then, yeah. Do I get a couple of these, though? I don't need an ice shield. The ice shield would give your entire party protection from ice when using it, but, well, we don't need to worry about that. Suzaku's a fire guy, so, yeah, we already got through Byakko. And you can buy more stone books here if you want them, but I've got 3, so we don't need to worry about that. I will get one Geta Shoe, though. So, or Geta Boot, I guess. I don't really know what the technical term is. So take this instead of the elixir. Do I give the elixir to Adam then? Yeah, I guess I do. We'll stick it right here for now. Now he's the elixir keeper. And that should give Jerry a little more defense, too. Yeah, it gave him about 7 defense, so not too bad. Like I said, you can't see the extra strength that he has, but it does. Trust me, it stacks. And it stacks with the Giant's Gauntlets, too, or the Giant's Gloves, because those are already giving plus 10 strength. So now he's going to be a house, which makes me wonder why I gave him all these agility weapons, but whatever. I never said my plan was perfect. The Dragon Sword, though, I'm going to give to Adam as a replacement for the Saber, so let's give that to him. And now he should be good for a little while. I will want to get another sword for him eventually, but we don't need it right now, so. And I don't think we can even get it right now that I think about it, so. Don't worry about it, that's the point. Sir, you appear to have a hole in the back of your House of Life. So. Oh, hold on a second, folks. I need to kill a bot. Ban user please. There we go. You won't bother us again. It's funny because when H.C. Bailey was doing LPs of this game, he would sometimes get phone calls. And it was an old flip phone too, so like it was one of those situations where it shows the dating of the video, but he would sometimes get these phone calls while it's happening, and he would just open the screen, press the talk button, say, "Shut up, I don't need your money," and he would close it. Or shut up, you don't need my money, or something like that, and he would close it. I always thought it was pretty funny, but it's sort of like the same thing. I'm basically just saying, shut up, get out of my chat. Knock that bot right out. So, it's like I'm getting deja vu. Anyway, let's take the little spot back here, because if you look up there, there's another shop up here with the Master. The Master of Masters? Are you going to give me a Keyblade? No, but he does give me a motherboard for the ROM. Awesome. Well, we've almost got a working computer here. And I don't know, I find this kind of cool that you're assembling a little computer in this little teeny tiny game that was on a little teeny tiny computer in the 80s. It gives it that kind of like, almost a cyberpunk-y feel to this world, really. And I think that's why this is like my favorite world in the game, because it's just so... The atmosphere of the world is so out there, you know what I mean? It's not something you would expect from an 80s Game Boy game, you know? So... Then again, thinking about the story of this game, like, I like the story of this game, but I think I like the implications of the story of this game better than the story itself. The story is fairly bare bones, but, like, the thought behind it, you can see where the love went into it, you know what I mean? So, anyway, we've got a ROM and a board, so let's head back to Socho and Sayaka and see if they can do anything with it. Let's use the tunnels, because we're not suicidal. You know, even though we can meet up with 3 Lamias down here. Let's test that Dragon Sword out, shall we? Use up our stone books, because we can. Use up this lightsaber, too. I'm going to use Thunder, just because we might need a little help. There's 3 of them, so... Never mind, Luna is too powerful. You still have your old Motorola brick phone that you had when you were 13. You had Tetris, your little tiny brain thought it was the coolest thing ever. That is pretty cool, though, that you got that on, like, one of those brick phones. It's pretty cool. Final Fantasy's always experimented with wild worlds from old-time high fantasy to sci-fi. They have, yeah. And it wasn't even just... Like, a lot of people who have just played the main series are like, well, you know, they really started getting into the steampunky, cyberpunky stuff with Final Fantasy VII. And it's like, I don't know. There's a lot of references, even before that in Final Fantasy, that would beg to differ there. So, bye, Suzaku. I said bye, Suzaku. There we go. All right, let's get back then. But yeah, there's a lot of like those little references in the steampunky kind of stuff. Who would be best to hit with the Dragon Sword here? Probably the Seeker. He's probably the biggest threat of all of them. Stone might not be all that useful here because there's only one of each type of enemy. See, this is where having a hit all skill would be rather nice, but I don't have one of those, so... I might Stone the Thorn? I don't think there are very many enemies in this game that are actually resistant to stone. Most of the enemies that are like just resistant to change, basically, so they're completely resistant to all status ailments to begin with. So that's what makes it so powerful. It's similarly powerful in the sequel. The problem is that in the sequel, when you first get access to it, you probably don't have, 96 mana to kick around with it. You're probably lucky at that point if you have like 25 mana. So it usually doesn't see as much use in the sequel until a little later. So I'm going to save again just for safety. You never know, we might get some really bad luck and like not be able to run for 15 rounds consecutively, and then Suzaku would totally own me. So, alright, let's keep on going. Let's keep on trucking, shall we? I think I'll just use ice here because like these things aren't going to really pose too much of a threat. Just get a little bit of prior damage on them and then go from there. I think I only have 3 stone books left, or stone uses on the stone book that I have equipped, rather. So I might want to just use those to get that over with too. Haven't really used the flame shield all that much though. I was figuring that I would use the shields a little more in this one because I figured Adam would be a little bit more of a tank, but in the first game it seems more like the best defense is a good offense, So this should look familiar because we're pretty close to the southwest town now. Alright, let's get off the bike for now and head to the inn. Do I have anything to sell? I think I sold it in Amiyoko. Yeah, I sold everything I needed to sell in Amiyoko, so... Let's go tell Sayaka and Socho the good news, shall we? Apparently he got another bike. That's just great. Hey guys, I got what we needed to go and make the Erase 99. Well, I'm glad that you're safe too, Sayaka. Hey, Cho, I got it. We need unobtainium. Plutonium. Something to that effect. Hadesnium? Hadesnium? That's not a real thing, is it? They made that up, right? Hadesnium. I can't, my brain can't even, like, wrap around how you would pronounce that. Anyway, we're going to sneak out without them, even though we apparently don't know the location of the Hades cluster. But, yeah, they're a little smarter than that. That's what this scene is supposed to be. They're trying to sneak out so that they don't get hurt. But, well, yeah, we kind of don't know where exactly... I mean, we know the power plant's in the center of the city, but frankly, I can't see more than a block or two ahead of myself, thanks to this little screen, so we're not going to know necessarily where to go. So they escorted us to this subway tunnel, which is a secret subway tunnel that'll take us right to the power plant. So let's follow Cho and friends and get there, shall we? Probably just the gunfish. He's the least of the threats here. Let's do this to the ice crab and then completely dogpile on the sorcerer because he's the biggest threat. So, there we go. Perfect. That worked very nicely. But yeah, we won't need any of this monster meat anymore. The next thing that I need is coming up pretty soon, but it is a boss that we'll be fighting, or really a mini-boss that we'll be fighting, so that's when we'll need monster meat again. Uh-oh, looks like a dead end. What do you think we do now, Cho? You gotta actually get off the bike for him to jump over the thing, unfortunately, so... But then you can jump over it by doing this. Nice. Oh, yep, can't speak to you when I'm on the bike. Hold on. What you guys gonna do? Okay, yeah, watch my back, Cho. We'll get there from here. I think you can also... Yeah, you can go on the water here, and that'll let you avoid encounters if you want, which I'm actually going to do because I don't really need the encounter rate all that much. I think we should be able to get enough money together without getting into all these encounters before we actually need money again, so... I think so, anyway. And yeah, that'll one-shot the sorcerer pretty easily. And the enemies here, they don't really take too much of a beating once you start getting up in your strength and start getting some solid weapons, like the weapons that are available here, so... At first you thought the bike was a small Zeppelin-like ship. Love you some old sprites. Yeah, it does kind of have that little, like, tiny airship look, doesn't it? Yeah, I can see it. It's cool, though. These old sprites are... It's part of what we were talking about before with, like, the environments and everything. These sprites have to be expressive because it's on a screen where you only really have one color palette. So you have to be more expressive with the sprites so people can see what you were doing. And that's one of those things about these older games that always have impressed me. And I've said this about the music of the game earlier as well in a previous episode. But everything about these old games has always impressed me a little bit more than newer games. I'm not trying to, say anything bad about newer games, but in these older games, there's a lot more limitations that you have to take into account. So it's always impressed me when they've been able to make some really cool worlds out of the whole thing, And let's do that. There we go. Yeah, that behemoth has a little more HP than the rest of the enemies around here, so we kind of got a dogpile on him for a little bit, but that's okay. No big deal. We can't get around those light pillars that were down there, so we'll just get out of here from there. See, this guy was going to be originally the one that I was going to eat the meat from in order to transform into Sky's next transformation, but since I've changed it up, we'll just leave him alone for now. Excuse me. Or rather, we'll just kill him for now. Of course, I get the meat right now, and I'm going to end up not getting the meat in a second when I need it. But that's just how this works. It's fine. It shouldn't be too hard to get the meat that I need, though, because you can basically save right in front of the monster that I'm going to be finding here, and then just infinitely fight him over and over again by soft resetting, so you can get the meat that you need. So that's not on this floor, though. That's on the next floor. These black surfaces on the outside, though, are not walls. They're actually, you can actually fall off. And if you fall off, you just end up back in the sewer again. So, don't go too far when you're going down these things. Those are not walls. That's the point. So I think there's a wall to the left as well, so we kind of got to work our way around here. Now you can't fall off, though, so yeah, there's the monster that I'm looking for right there. So I'm going to get off the bike and save. So and then let's go fight this guy. The Evil Eye. It's an upgrade to the Seeker, but I don't think he'll last very long because he's probably just going to die in a few hits. Let's use the Psychic Sword, because why the hell not? He should die in like 1 round. Yeah, there you go. Okay, I got his meat without any trouble. Good. Yeah, they did. They had to innovate and experiment so that they could make things expressive because they couldn't do it with just high-fidelity graphics because you can't really put that into a Game Boy game. So, okay, but I need the meat of the Evil Eye because we're going to feed it to Sky so that she becomes a King Crab. Seems a little off-kilter, but that's okay. We'll make use of it for a little while. It does have a lot of HP, though, the King Crab. It doesn't have the best abilities. This paralyzes 1 enemy, so it's not great. This does decent physical damage. And she does have electric, even though she's weak to electric. So, I mean, I don't think I'm going to stick her in the front row because I think there are enemies here that can electrocute you, so yeah, I'd rather not. But, yeah, 99 defense ain't nothing to sneeze at, though. The Evil Eye, incidentally, though, is a really good way to get your monsters up to the 2nd highest level of monster, because the Evil Eye itself is level 13, which is... I think there's only 1 level above that, and you can't get that until, like, the end game, basically. So, it's the 2nd highest tier for monsters is what level 13 is. I'm using technical terms, and I apologize for that, but the FAQ refers to the point at which Sky is at, and all monsters on the same level as Sky as quote-unquote level 13. So, yeah, just in case it wasn't clear, that's what I mean by that. It's the 2nd highest tier. Yeah, see, Bite's not really going to do a whole lot for us there, but we'll make do. We used up the Psychic Sword there a little bit. Let's use some ice, shall we? Use the Lightsaber and see if 2-Pincer does any better. Probably. Hey, Marie, how's it going? Yeah, crowd of 5 others, more than we usually see. Yeah, even for these older games, I usually don't get a crowd of too high of a crowd from that, but I'm glad that everybody's enjoying the retro theme for the little while there. It's nice. How you doing, Marie? Welcome. We are making our way through the power plant after we just had Sky do a transformation into a King Crab. So am I going to get, like, invaded by limit breakers now because I have a Crabbo in my party? Is that going to be a thing? Probably not. I think I can stone these dinosaurs, so let's just do that and then let everybody else focus on the other stuff. I mean, I might have... No, I should probably have Sky electrocute the ninjas, too. Cole's here. Steve's also here in the background. Hello, Cole and Steve.
I've been here the whole time.
Yes. Where you want this stuff, Steve?
Just
Good. Okay. Why is a king crab higher level than a beetle? Who came up with this evolution chart? Somebody in the 80s. Definitely not me. But, yeah, king crab. Did you do it?
Yes.
What did it cost?
A lot.
Cole was buying computer parts just a little bit ago.
So, I have a story for the stream.
Okay, talk into the microphone so they can hear you, so a little better.
So, I have a story for the stream.
Actually, hold that thought because we're about to get into a story event. So just give me a second. Okay, so when you go down here, this is all scripted. It's sequenced to happen. Oh, okay. Well, why did you catch up with us? I thought you were going to watch our back. What's going on? What do you mean leave it to you? You going to throw a bomb or something? Oh. No, he's just going to tank the light pillars with his face. Well, that wasn't very smart. You damn fool. Why would you do something like that? We had missiles. Well, okay. Apparently, Socho just wanted to die or something, and apparently there were monsters that were lurking directly next to his body, so that's fantastic. Like, why would you do something like that? That's so dumb. Whatever. Anyway, I think I can stone the ninjas, so... That's just this whole stream. I think I can stone X. Do I need to stone X, though? I could just use ice and the Vulcan cannon and electric. That dinosaur is gonna live. Oh well, it's fine.
Use the Vulcan cannon to... Oh,
Yeah, that. Am I going to be able to get... Oh, no, actually, I got it already. I was thinking there's an item that you're supposed to get when Socho dies there. And I wasn't sure if I got it, but I think it just goes right into your inventory, if I remember right. So we're going to look in a second just to find out. Yeah, I don't need that meat, sorry. I've got all the meat I need now, almost. Let's see. Yep, there it is. So when Socho dies, he actually gives you his headband. And the headband is actually... It's basically like a knockoff ribbon. It gives you protection from all status ailments, and basically it gives you circle damage and circle change, which prevents all para abilities, stone. It gives you protection from weapon, which halves weapon damage to you. It gives you protection from all four of the elements. It's the best piece of headgear in the game and one of the best pieces of armor in the game. So we're going to give that to Jerry, and then we're going to swap off his dragon armor with the armored suit because he no longer needs the dragon armor. And he's almost fully equipped now. I just need to get a different piece of gloves for him. But yeah, 63 defense now with the armored suit and the headband. He's actually a better tank than Adam is right now, but I like the way that my party's made up. It'll be fine if we leave them like this. We'll sell that stuff when we get back to town. I should probably heal up before I go inside here, though. There we go. Okay. Oh, hey, and Luna even maxed out her mana. I just noticed that as I was about to go off the menu. Well, now I don't need to worry about anything that she does after this, because these 4 abilities will just change on a whim anyway, so whatever they become, they become. She's well equipped in just these 4 slots to handle most of the rest of the game anyway. We just need to get a better thing here for when we actually need damage other than the Psychic Sword, and we need a better thing here, which we'll get later, so. Okay, well, Socho's dead. That sucks, but let's move on. In any case, I'm sure he was a wonderful person, and I'm sure that his family and everyone will deeply miss the void that is left when he is, while he is gone. But we did find some Hadesium, so we can complete the Erase 99 program, so I guess the sacrifice was worth it. No, no, Megadeth! No, let me grieve! Why won't you leave me alone? So now we have to fight Megadeth, I mean, the War Machine. If you know what I just referenced, you get today's internet cookie. He's not too tough. Let's just blast him with our best stuff, and we'll go from there. Let's try Two-Pincer. I don't think he's weak to electricity, so... He does some good damage, but, like, it's not great. I think he only has, like, 1,000 HP as well, so it shouldn't take more than a couple of rounds to get through him. He also has boss music, which is unique, because usually that's something that only the 4 Fiends have in this game. So, or their Archfiend. But we've defeated him, so. And that gets us the Hades cluster that we need. No money? The future is cheap. Anyway, now that that's happened, we end up right back at the Southwest town. I'm not sure if they tell you where to go at this point. Oh, well, yeah, they kind of can't because they're all dead. So that's just great. Suzaku must have gone on a rampage. The music in the inn and everything is, you know, normal. But now they got this kickin', like, sub-boss theme going on that's going to be going on for the rest of the area. This is one of my favorite tracks in the game in the background here. I'll turn it up a little so you can hear it a little better. Hang on. Damn it. I went in the House of Life. Stop that. Okay, here we go. And there's another bike for us right here, by the way, so.
So anyways.
Yes, you can tell your story now.
Stream,
now that we're done listening to the kick-ass music and the story thing is over, so.
So, I jumped into the Void today and ordered computer parts, everything except for the GPU that I need, because I'm currently attempting to acquire a GPU for MSRP, which, according to most people, is a futile endeavor.
Oh, jeez.
So, I placed my orders for the rest of the parts over 2 sites. It was Newegg and Amazon.com. For Newegg, this is where the story takes place. I ordered 3 things. I ordered the Windows 10, the case, and the RAM. Now, right at the end of the processing, it asked me for a confirmation code sent to a 7475 number. Here's the fun thing for you, stream. That's our old home phone number.
Oh, great.
So...
As soon as I heard that, I was like, oh god, I know where the story's going.
So, here's what happens. They send the code, I panic, close out of the tab, reopen it, I go to my orders. It's processing. So I'm like, wait, what? And so I go to support, like, hey, I ordered this, it cut me off, and I made some excuse up, like how my computer crashed right at the end because I didn't want to admit how stupid I was. And so I say it's processing, so I hit up support, and then while I'm talking to support, it charges my account and says it's being prepared to ship in a couple days after the order's done processing. So now I'm sitting here like, did I just skip the processing step? Like, did I just skip the verification step for my card?
Oh boy.
I tried to cancel it too while it was in processing, but it said there was nothing they could do since it was just simply in processing. So I don't know if I'm going to get like a notification from Newegg in a couple days saying the order was canceled and I'm being refunded the full amount. I don't honestly know.
Well, that seems interesting.
So I'm just like, is this going to be like one of those paradoxical things? Because it already charged my account. Like, for my bank, it already charged me.
Yeah, I don't know how that'll go. Hopefully it doesn't double charge you or anything like that.
I can't imagine it's going to double charge me, because if I put in the cancellation for the order, I can't imagine they're going to not refund me.
Yeah. Well, that's a hell of a story, I guess.
So in other words, I have a full computer on the way, except for the GPU. So that's fun.
Good, fun. Can you do me a favor?
My wallet!
Can you do me a favor, my wallet? Can you go over in my backpack and grab my notebook, which has the maps in it? Because we're going to need the maps when we go into the skyscraper. I went straight to our destination, by the way, because I already knew where it was. And Suzaku, by the way, now that he's gone on a rampage and killed all the townspeople, he's not on the world map anymore, so you don't have to worry about that part. Thank you, Mapkeeper. Thank you, Mapkeeper. Let's see. Skyscraper is here. And actually, before we go, since my chat on my phone is working again, unlike at the beginning of the stream, I'm actually going to move my computer back now. So let me do that.
Yes, Conquer, it is an interesting story. I shall call it the case of the paradoxical computer parts that may or may not ship to my doorstep.
Oh boy.
I really hope that it's just like they don't run into like any issues with the verification, because like they already charged me. It's on hold in my bank account.
I wouldn't think they would charge you unless they verified it. You know what I mean? But I don't know.
I don't know anymore, man.
Anyway, let's go into skyscraper.
I don't know what's happening anymore.
I'm actually going to take the maps for myself. So the skyscraper is probably the most confusing area in the game because you go up and then you go down again, and there's a whole bunch of fake doors and fake staircases and empty rooms and everything. So, I made a map from the maps that are online for myself. So we'll just avoid all the rooms that don't have anything in them, and then we'll go from there. So we can get through here in relatively decent order. Case of the paradoxical computer parts. Yep, that's an episode of Detective Conan if I ever heard one.
Apparently now it's packaging instead of processing.
Okay, well,
I guess the order went through? Okay.
Apparently so. The elevators in this game are a little weird, though. Like, this is the door to the elevator that you go to here. If you want to go up, you have to go to the right. If you want to go down, you go to the left. So, I mean, I guess whatever works for you. And then here's what I'm talking about right here. There's secret passages in here that you have to go deal with, so that's fun. I think... Wait, hang on, I went too far. It's right here. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, this place is a little confusing, so we might get a teeny little bit lost, but don't worry, we'll make it out of here without too much trouble. Let's just blast these giants with ice. We would have had a giant if I would have eaten that dinosaur meat earlier, so... But they give good money. I guess that's a plus. All right. Got to feel along the walls here to find the next way in. There we go. I don't think there's anything in this room, but I think we want to go back here and then go down a little bit. Because you can go this way, and then I think if you go up one... Hang on. We're going to get there. There we go. I made it.
Newegg is terrifying in how fast they process and ship orders. Jesus Christ, it's been barely an hour.
I think I'll start still whipping through that stone book. Like, we have 2 of them. We shouldn't need them for that much, so...
You know, if I ran a parts website or any kind of website, I know what I'd do. If I, like... I would have the system, like, hold any cancellation fees, and I wouldn't ship it out until, like, somebody email confirmed that they wanted the order canceled, just in case, like...
That's a big room.
Like, it's just like, oh...
Ooh, hyper. Hyper cannon.
Hyper gun.
What were you gonna say? I interrupted you.
So, like, in my case, like, since I tried to cancel the order in processing and they said there was nothing they could do yet, and that I would have to wait, I would be like, oh, let me just send them an email before I ship out this order to make sure they want it canceled.
Yeah, that would make sense. The hyper cannon, incidentally, that we just got is an instant death on all enemies, so I'm going to use that up right now just to... See, the problem is that you start getting so many good items near the end of this game that you end up just using them, not necessarily on the enemies that you might need them the most for, but just to conserve your inventory space, basically. So that's what we're going to do here, is I'm going to use them up. Let's see. The way down for that spot there is actually back up here, so we gotta go, like, where was it? Right here? Yeah, there it is. Then feel along the walls and go in here. There we go. So now we can make it. So yeah, like, I'll probably use it in this battle because I don't think it's para-elemental. I think it uses its own element, so... I'm probably gonna attack as if I wasn't using it, though. So... Guys are getting a few turns for me using that hyper, huh? Boom. Nice. Enemies have perished. So yeah, I'm just going to use it up because it's just a matter of inventory space. We probably won't have enough room. I mean, I guess I can get rid of the ramen board now that we have the Erase 99 program, but yeah, it's just a matter of conserving my space. We'll get other stuff to fill our party slots in later, so... Can totally see that happening on Detective Conan. I know, right? Okay, I got a feel along the walls. This reminds you of that post-game Labyrinth entry in Odyssey 4. Once you see the answer, you face wall as much as you can, but gosh. Thankfully, it's not too complex in this game. So.
Oh yeah, I have more stories for my computer parts nonsense.
Apparently there's demons in the elevator. Well, that's fantastic. Go ahead.
So, let's see. I've told you all about my plight about trying to get a 30 series graphics card, which has been, fun. So, I'm going to tell you about my experience this Tuesday, because Best Buy restocked their 30 series cards every Tuesday, and the last drop lasted for 3.5 hours, and people were still getting cards by then. So, I was in there, and the only reason I didn't get my card, which I was going for a 3060 Ti at the time, it was that the closest Best Buy to me is in like Amherst-ish, which is not too far to drive, like what, 20, 30 minutes? Not even?
You shouldn't be telling people on the internet your location, dude.
I said Amherst. That's not where we live.
I know that's not where we live.
You can lie about how much time it is, dude. What is it, 40 minutes?
It's now that you've already said 20 minutes, yes, it's 20 minutes away.
But I'm not going to say
where the hell am I?
All you have to know is that the nearest Best Buy that could have stocked the card...
All these freaking doors, man.
The nearest Best Buy that could have stocked the card was...
Oh, come on.
Like, I think hour or 2.5 hours away from us.
Oh, it's down here.
Like 90-something miles. It's ridiculous.
Jeez.
I'm not saying which way.
You don't have to say which way.
So...
Point is, he would have had to go a long way, just like this hallway, in order to get the thing that he needed, so...
And that's...
Man, how far does this hallway go? Sheesh.
Let's just say the price and time, or the time it would have taken me to get that card was so ridiculous, I didn't think anybody in this household would take me there, since I don't really have a license of my own. And so, lo and behold, literally after they all sell out and I'm sitting there really sad, my dad walks in the door, he's like, yeah, I'll drive you over there. So now I'm waiting until next Tuesday, hoping that Best Buy restocks, and I'm going to get a 3070, hell or high water, even if I need to sit on that website and F5 every 20 seconds.
Oh,
my forehead.
On. Who puts spikes in their skyscraper? Like, what is this place? What function did it serve? Why is there a hallway of doors and just spikes everywhere?
The better question is,
why
if you're
not?
a bird, why not?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
You can fly over the spikes.
I guess that's true. But was Suzaku like the CEO of the company here or something? Like what?
It just makes me imagine of like 14 fucking Suzaku's head on like a person in a suit.
Oh god. Let's see. Who wants to spoil how to get to that Bass travel room? Yeah, more story. What are all these doors exactly? Yeah, the guards literally asked why they were putting in traps, probably. Valestian Castle from East Oath. Oh, from the Oath in Felghana. Okay, so they literally asked in that game. Okay, I gotcha. Oh boy. Well, anyway, we got to take a little damage by going through these spikes, and I think
we got to take a little damage. Jimmy's standing on a spike.
Yeah, it's fine. I've got good boots. Well, on Jerry I do. Yeah, this room has treasure. The other rooms, one of them leads to where we're going, and the other one's empty. So I got an X potion. I shouldn't have used that cure book then. Do I need to use these on anybody? I guess I could use it right now, since everybody's got a little bit of HP loss. We'll let Sky's HP be down for a little bit, because Sky's actually going to get some monster meat pretty soon, and that will let her... I think that fully restores HP, if I remember correctly, so... We'll let her sit on it for a little bit.
It's Mega Man level.
Yeah, pretty much.
I feel like games where guards point out, like... I can just imagine, like, a situation. There's, like, 2 guard enemies sitting on top of, like, a pillar, surrounded by, like, death spikes, lava sharks.
Why did we put these here?
Gary, don't talk about it. How the hell am I supposed to go on my lunch break? You could just eat it here, my dude. I have my lunch right here. What the...
Lucky you didn't leave it in your locker.
We get lockers?
And I think in this one, yeah, you can't go up in this one, see, because you can't go to the right. So you want to go down now. So yeah, we're going up to the 3rd floor, and now we're going back down into the basement. Oh, come on! Now we're just getting ridiculous.
Oh my god.
Like, what the... What even is this skyscraper? Let me see here. I think... You gotta go, like, down and around here somewhere. There is a way out, I just don't remember what it is. It's not here, is it? This is an empty room. Yeah, the void, exactly. I don't think I have this place on my map. I think. Oh no, I do. Never mind. It's on my map. It's just not. It doesn't look the same on the map that they made online versus the map that or rather, the map that's online shows actual floors where there's no floor in this room. Yes, we must go further into the void. And stone the enemies along the way. Because why not? Alright, let's see. So, I want to go this way and feel along the walls again. Okay, we're making a little progress. I think I can go to the left now. Yeah, there we go. And then I can go up. Yep, there. We're getting there. We're getting there. One of these things will let me go left again. Yep, And I think this is it. There we go. This place is nuts, man. I'm just going to attack these. I've been using stone a lot. Actually, these guys have circle change, so I can't use stone on these guys. So we'll have to attack them normally. But I've just been attacking them with AoEs and then using stone, just in case they don't die. Which is possible, I guess, but, you know. Apologies, I needed a little water. So I couldn't fast forward through all the boss fighting, or rather the enemy fighting. There you go, got him. Stone Man meat is actually pretty good, though. Like, it usually transforms you into something on the like, higher end of the monsters, so I just haven't had a use for it myself. But yeah, generally speaking, if you turn into one of those golem-like creatures, it usually works out pretty good for you. Oh, good, she got stench again. These abilities are, like I said, these abilities at this point are just a meme. Like, I don't even... Oh, boy. You love Valstein Castle? I didn't see what it was. I thought it was Valestian, but it's Valstein. As much as it pisses you off, it's long and has 3 boss fights in it. It's where your Inferno mode went into an indefinite hiatus. You need to go back and beat it. Literally about 75% of the way through the game. Oh, jeez. Wow. That's a long ways through.
I have a meme in 3 parts for you.
Oh, no. I don't know if that's real, but that's still pretty funny. Oh, but it's political stuff, so we can't talk about it.
That's all that's on my feed now are political memes.
I know. Well, that's because of what happened yesterday.
Let me get a Coke and whiskey.
All you need to know is there's a secret wall here, but also that this country's a circus. Anyway. Hey, look, there's another item in here. What do we got? An elixir.
It's okay.
I could probably use some
content here. We don't ever talk about politics. Totally. We are 100% family friendly here at MCR Studios.
Yes, exactly. I'm going to use up the elixir that I have now that we got a new one.
Twitch chat really likes talking about yeast today.
Well, Marie likes yeast quite a bit, so.
I mean, I knew that.
I'm gonna use up the other elixir I have. I'm gonna regret this, aren't I?
Every time I hear the word yeast, I just remember that one. What the heck was that guy's name?
Epic name, bro.
Yeah, the ENB video.
People keep coming up and asking me, hey, yo, ENB, what the fuck is a yeast? This is a yeast. And he just shows footage of him, like, spinning through one of the enemies, and I think it was Yeast Origin. Like, it was one of the first bosses
It was the
that he
giant
showed.
crab.
Yeah, it was one of the first bosses that he showed, if I remember right. But yeah, as you can see, money will not be an issue for us because we've barely been in here for 10 minutes, and we've already got 156,000 gold, so...
Damn, I wish I had that much money.
Yeah, same, though. I don't know what I'd do with all of it, honestly.
Tell you what I'd do with it.
Just keep going down.
That was borderline unintelligible by everybody in the
Okay.
chat. It's okay.
Okay, now...
What is this metaphysical tower design?
This place is just trying to fuck with me now, isn't it? Yeah, Velagundar. I think that's what it was called,
I
yeah.
love how I called it metaphysical tower design.
There's an achievement in the Steam version for beating the game in less than 2.5 hours. You remember correctly? Oh my goodness. It's a good first boss, not like the Return of Batman. Oh boy. What am I even using? I'm just gonna stone them. I don't think
question.
they have circle change.
Why is the cat a minotaur?
It's part of the class of enemies. They only made like certain sprites for them.
I understand
so, like,
it's like a GBA game, but the least you can
well,
do
it's
is give the
it's
sprite
not
horns.
it's not even a GBA game. So like that's the Were-Rat family of sprites right there. So that's Minotaur is just one level, another level of Were-Rat. It's like a palette swap in other Final Fantasy games.
Apparently they've never played D&D. Don't you know it goes were-rat, and were-wolf, then were-tiger, then were-bear, then were-gator?
It actually did go Were-Rat, so... Oh, okay. Apparently I found the correct stairs. Fantastic. And I think we've actually made it through all the bullshit now. Like, down here, it looks funky when you get down here, but there's just a subway car here, so it's nothing really too
I love the
crazy.
implication that this world was, like, really modern.
Well, yeah,
Just
it's...
an apocalypse happened.
Yeah, well, that's why I like this world so much, is it's got this, like, crazy post-apocalypse, like, aesthetic to it. Why haven't I been using the hyper? What's wrong with me?
I notice I design a lot of my tabletop sessions like this, where it's like it's implied that some crazy apocalypse came and reset a lot of the technology, but like all the new races that popped up post-apocalypse have been like slowly uncovering and learning new ways
here
of
we
using
go.
the tech.
I was gonna say, I think one of these is open, but yeah, we want to go there. Okay, I no longer need this map keeper. Hold this, please.
Like how the dwarves always end up making giant robots for no reason.
Still want me to play Origin? Even buy it for me? Do a test run or two? Well, actually, Marie, I've beaten you to the punch because Steam had a winter sale, so I actually bought Ys Origin. Not completely sadistic. I actually have it, so I appreciate the thought, but I actually have it. So one of these days we will get around to it. I just haven't gotten around to it just yet. Where did all of your HP go, Adam? Holy hell.
Maybe the subway is under the tower.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Like, this was probably used to just ship people around the city, and that's why we don't see too many, like, transport
Subway's
systems.
straight to work, literally.
So-
You walk upstairs and there's your office.
Yep.
You just get on the thing, go home.
Yep. Like, we don't see too many transportation systems up on the surface, not just because the ones that were there were annihilated, but also because they probably just, use them to get out of here.
I love the implication.
Alright.
I love the implication that, like,
Ooh, that's a scam likely call. No, decline.
imagine having one of those voice-activated phones where you could just be on Twitch, your phone rings, and you just shout decline.
Just pick it up. Shut up, you don't need my money.
I need your money.
Thought you were in a tower. How's there a subway car in here? Oh, logic. Yeah, well, there's just a subway station below it or something. I don't friggin' know.
Like I said, you just get out, go down to the bottom of your apartment complex, catch a super train to work, go up, find your office, and then just rinse repeat.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. That's the most helpful person that's been in here. Most of the rest of the people who've been in here have just tried to kill me.
Alternatively, a lot of subway cars actually run under buildings in New York City.
Mm,
The whole underground is enormous.
yeah. Well, a lot of urban cities are like that. They've got these gigantic underground areas. They go. I'm gonna stone those snowcats,
There's
actually.
at least 3 or 4 SCPs based almost entirely off the London catacombs and, the New York subway system. Don't ask me how I know about that. I lurked in the wiki a long time.
Cole looks at the SCP wiki a lot.
I like the ones that are, like, wacky, and then there's the ones that are just, like, Eldritch Cthulhu. And then there's just the jump scare ones, and I hate those.
Ah, jeez.
The entirety of, like, the 5999 proposal was literally just a build-up to a giant jump scare. And that's why I'm okay with it, because he built the entire thing around it.
Oh my god. It's like those old Flash games where they have you doing like mazes and stuff, and it's all like super tame. Then all of a sudden there's just this gigantic, scary image and like really loud noise that flashes on the screen, scares kids out of the room or something. I saved here because this lady is not so friendly. This lady is the second Evil Eye, and actually I need the meat from this Evil Eye, so that's why I saved.
My favorite videos are just like the old. They're like the old fucking like jump scare videos, and it's like doing the maze game, and the guy just gets up and breaks his monitor and throws it out the window. Like he just straight punches it and just.
And actually, with this particular Evil Eye, we don't actually have to reset the game because this Evil Eye never leaves. It just sits there menacingly forever. So you could just fight it over and over again. I guess it's there in case you want to use it to get like, let's say you have like 4 monsters or something. You want to get them all up to the second highest level of monster. You could do it because of this Evil Eye being here. But I definitely want to give this to Skye because this will make her a lot more useful. Because Skye now has changed into the Demon King. Awesome.
Hooray, we're slowly but surely playing Nocturne.
I mean, has 666 HP, so that's not too far from the truth. But yeah, it has sleep, fire, ice, and the teleport skill with some decent stats. Teleport is actually used to move between the different worlds and the different floors in the tower. So it's kind of basically like, you can see if we go back to the main menu, that our position is the 16th floor and maximum is 16th. So because we have the teleport skill now, we can actually move anywhere from floor 1 to floor 16. So it's pretty cool. I'm going to be using it myself for a little bit, but not yet. For now, we've got to take care of Suzaku first, but then we'll make some use of it in a little while. So
crab demons.
How does the crab evolve into the Demon King? Why? That's the power of monster meat, my friend. I don't know what they pack into that stuff, but it's pretty powerful.
It's fucking crack, man.
That's some crazy post-apocalypse stuff. That's some Fallout monster meat. Don't eat the Deathclaw meat. It's not good for you.
I don't know. Deathclaw steaks are pretty good.
Yeah, no, I actually, now that I think about it, yeah, Deathclaw actually in universe is apparently very healthy for the post-apocalypse diet for some reason. I think these guys are weak to fire. I'm not 100% sure about that. I mean, I know he's got Will-o'-the-Wisps there, but... Well, he's not weak to it, but it'll do enough damage for me to be able to take them out in a second with my Vulcan cannons. They might have circle weapon, though. The other good thing about the Demon King there is that it has no weaknesses and it has a resistance to Quake, which is good, but also Fire, which really helps us here because, well, Suzaku is fire, so, you know, that'll come in handy. Speaking of Suzaku, apparently his right-hand man is right over there, so let's heal up a little bit and then we'll go there. I know we're using a lot of the cure books now. Don't worry about that. Now that we have teleport, we can actually just go back and buy them whenever we want, so. Okay, let Sayaka go, you fiend. Or wait, no, the fiend is up on the roof. There's the fiend.
Found the fiend.
Yes, we did.
Kill the bird.
Yeah, let's use the Erase 99 program. For Socho! I'm the boss now, Suzaku. You are but a peasant at my feet. Okay, so now we get to fight Suzaku for real, and the force field has been dropped, so he no longer has 255 defense, which means this should be over fairly quickly. I'm going to make it a little more interesting, though. I'm going to use the Flame Shield for a little bit, just for the hell of it. I didn't check what this ability is that Luna has here. I'll have to do that in a minute. Stone is completely useless against him because if I remember right, he either has Circle Change or Circle All. He's not weak to ice either, so I'm probably just going to use the Psychic Sword. It's mainly there for boss fights, the Psychic Sword is, so we'll just use that, and then we'll use ice over here. So yeah, that force field that covers all members, if he uses flame on anybody now, even if they don't have fire resistance, which I think actually they all do because of the dragon armors, it will basically prevent them from getting hit by the flame ability. It doesn't prevent them from getting hit by Beak, but since Adam is the one in the first slot, he's usually going to be able to tank the Beak attacks by using the shield to block it, so. And blind, well, I mean, blind is blind. If it happens, we'll use an elixir, no big deal. Or we'll go rest in an inn. I think it gets rid of it if you do that. And Suzaku has been defeated. Very nice. Good job, team. Now, you get Suzaku's meat from this battle, but this is going to be a case where I actually don't eat the Fiend's meat. Even though it does turn you into some really good monsters, we're already a almost high-tier monster. We're the second tier below the maximum, And Suzaku's meat can only move you sideways in that tier, basically. It doesn't move you up into the highest ranking monsters. You have to wait till a little later in the game before you can do that, even though the game isn't that much longer to begin with after this. So we're going to leave this one alone, but I have another plan for which monster's meat I'm going to be eating later in the tower. We'll wait till a little later. Wow.
Some of the names on the...
Look, he's looking at the SCP wiki again.
Sometimes, like, when a new series comes out, I'll take a long break after reading a couple of good ones, and then just scroll through and laugh at the names.
Oh, God. Okay, so Sayaka is safe, and Suzaku is dead, but so is Socho. Well, it's a little sad, but, you know, at least Suzaku's gone. Oh, what'd you find? What did you found? Yes, that's great grammar. Apparently, she found the next sphere. Awesome. Good job, Sayaka. Well, Socho's gone, but I'm sure you guys will try to pick up the pieces in this post-apocalyptic nightmare you're living in. Socho, I think, in Japanese means boss, if I remember correctly. So what she's saying there is she's the next boss of the gang that they're with. So that's just the name of the bosses of the gang, apparently. So. And I think, now that the world map is free of Suzaku, we could just go back to Amiyoko, and we could, do stuff there if we wanted to buy things. But I don't think there's anything that I would really want to buy at the moment. I do want to sell a few things before we go anywhere, but I could just use teleport for that, so. And speaking of which, I think I'm going to use teleport right about in a minute once we break the seal on the tower and get to the next place. Oh, you know what? I'm right outside the tower anyway. What am I doing? I was going to go back to the thing and be like, yeah, well, we're going, but no, we don't need to go there. All right, well, let's save for now. Make our way over here, and then once we get to the 17th floor, I'll just teleport down to some place where we can rest in an inn. Probably Byaku's world, so that we can rest there. You could even go all the way down to the first floor if you want to, which actually that might be a little faster, because I think you can buy either a cure book or a rod, which does the same thing as a cure book, from that shop there. So, yeah, pours out of 40. Yes, F in the chat for Socho. He will be missed. I think these Triceratops count as dinosaur monsters, if I remember right, so I still haven't checked what that ability is. I'll do that in a minute. So I think we might be able to kill them in one hit with the Dragon Sword. And even if we can't, I'm about to use a Hyper! So that should also kill them fairly quickly. Boom! Bye-bye. And the fourth door is down here, so let's go check it out and break the seal, and then we'll be good to go. Or we can fight some monsters directly in front of the door. That also works. That's just fine. So, I won't use the Hyper on this one. I'll just, use a lightsaber, and we'll use Sleep. I'm not sure if Sleep will work. Well, apparently it worked pretty good. I guess it is based on mana, so, status effects typically, in this game at least, have a better chance of hitting based on how high your mana is. They don't really fix that problem in Legend 2, and I was mentioning it with the Stone Spell earlier. So status effects in Legend 2 tend to not be as good as they were in this one, and then in Legend 3 it fixes itself because they add magic defense into the game, so then enemies can have low magic defense, and so you can status them a little easier. So, but anyway, let's unlock the door, shall we? Let's go get the last sphere out, and I think we can get rid of these now. We don't need the ROM or the board or the Erase 99 anymore. We probably should have left them, in the world itself that they came from, in case somebody came through and had some funky ideas, but, well, whatever. And we've got some inventory space now, so maybe I'll wait a little bit before we even go down to rest and sell some stuff, because we don't need to worry about that for a little bit. Let's use the sphere. Boom. And now the door should be open. Yes. Nice. And now we can move up the tower. Mapkeeper, where's my book? Please.
In the bag of holding, give me a second.
Okay. As long as it didn't stick in your absolute storage space. Okay, so... Are we on the 17th floor? No, we're on the 16th. So, final trek up the tower. We are almost done. I guess pretty soon we'll be calling it a day, won't we? There's only one gummy. These guys are the upgraded slime enemies of the area. So we'll just, they got decent HP, and I think they have circle weapon, or maybe just circle change. I don't know, but they're pretty tough. So we'll make do without worrying too much about it, though. So the stairs directly next to this door will actually, they're like an escalator. They'll shoot you up, and then you'll have to come all the way back down, and it just leads to a dead end. So I'm not going to bother with that. We're just going to go, not that way either. We're going to go this way, because that's a dead end too. up, up and up and up and up and up. And is this the correct door? I think so.
Well, I mean, it's the middle door. It better be the correct door.
Guess that's true. Here's a treasure chest. What's in here? A door. How'd you fit a whole ass door in a treasure chest?
Don't question it. How do you fit a whole ass treasure chest in a fucking bag of holding?
I mean, I guess it's a magic door, and it actually is a magic door because this behaves exactly like the teleport spell that we just got. It might sell for decent money at a shop, so I might keep it and just use the teleport spell that I got from the Demon King.
Open door, insert face, scream into the void.
Well, it wouldn't be a void because it takes you to a different part of the tower, but, you know.
I still recall...
Unless you go to the skyscraper, in which case, yes, it really would be the void.
I still recall that reading up on Reddit things for D&D.
Oh, you know what I didn't do?
That a player's gimmick was to open his bag of holding, which contained nothing, and he refused to let anybody else put anything in there so they could have their own bag of holding. And apparently by the end of there, they found out that whenever he opened the bag of holding and stuck his head in there, he was screaming at how stupid the rest of the party was. So the bag of holding contained enough force to blow the final boss off a cliff.
Oh my god. I'm gonna use our last hyper.
Granted, this was planned, but that's just amazing.
That's pretty funny.
Open bag. Force of 1,000 screams.
That is pretty funny. Well, Luna's really getting the HP, though. That's pretty good. And we got stealth. So now we've got that back from when we didn't have stealth before because we were, you know, obviously we were using, we had the Thunderbird, so we had stealth then. But having stealth now is actually pretty nice. And, I mean, these abilities aren't terrible. I mean, Barrier's good for defense, Armor gives her 99 defense, and Ice is an attacking skill, so that's not bad. For enemies that I can't stone, it's pretty good. So, okay. Well, let's keep moving then, shall we? But yeah, Luna's got a lot of HP. Usually mutants don't have that kind of HP by the end game, at least from what I've seen anyway. So, okay, so next place we want to go, there's the door that we want to go in for the next floor is to the right, but there's a side world to the left, so we're going to go to the left first. So, then we'll make do from there. I might as well use this because I got all those extras, you know. I should probably equip Jerry with something else in that slot. Although, do I have anything for that slot now I think about it? I mean, I guess I have an elixir that I have on Adam that I can give to him. Yeah, I can take this off of Adam and stick the stick the door there. No. We'll stick the elixir here for now for Jerry. And once we get rid of that lightsaber, he's going to be able to start using that cat claw up. And that should help us pretty good, because that's a pretty good agility weapon. So, are there any HP pools around here? No, there's not. There are spikes over there, though. I think... I'm not sure if that's a real healing pool over there, but we might actually go through those spikes just to get through here a little quicker. So, hey, man, what's up? Arya, what are you doing? Just walking around? You using some sort of, like, step thing? There's another escalator, by the way. Step counter? Oh, okay. Apparently these guys work, unlike that other paradise, but apparently these guys, the creator didn't make this one, unless Ashura is the creator. Apparently these guys are just rich from Ashura's stuff. Oh, okay. So the Ashura and the creator, maybe, if those rumors are true, which in these old JRPGs they usually are, they're two separate people. So let's see if this is real. I'm going to find out. Use up the stone book, because... at some point soon, we're actually going to get something that could go where the stone book is in certain situations. So we'll work on that a little bit. Is it fake? Yes, it is, because I was mashing A, and it was not giving me HP back. Stealth attack, nice. We actually had this happen before, but the Dragon Sword actually instantly killed a Naga that we encountered earlier. So, yeah, the Lamias count in the Dragon family, basically. So, excuse me. Just in case you were wondering. The floors in the tower now are going to start getting a little smaller, though, as they probably should, because, you know, we're getting pretty close to the top, so... it shouldn't take too long to get up here now. Let's see. There is a treasure on this floor, over here. Let's see. That gummy is really the only problem here. I mean, I guess I could just, because, like I said, I think he has circle weapon. So it kind of makes it a little tricky to deal with him. I will do that, though. We'll do ice on you. We'll do... I think the Nu's going to survive, but that's okay. And we'll do fire on you as well. Just to get around your extra defense. Oh, apparently you might have something other than just circle I would have to look up what a gummy has. But gummies usually are the biggest threats because they can use melt, and melt dissolves your HP and gives it to them. So that's just no fun for anybody. But we should be.
HP, my favorite.
We should be through these guys in this round, though. So I think they don't have that much HP to where it's something we need to worry about. You know what I didn't do, though, is I didn't get enough HP 600 potions. I probably should have gotten more before we went here. Here's a Magnum. I guess if you were still using guns for stuff, you could make do with that. You're really getting a lot of HP. She's gonna have more HP than my humans or my my monster by the end of the game here at this rate.
I find it incredibly funny that Demon King just straight up has 666 HP.
They knew what they were doing.
It should be the HP cap in every SMT game. Persona, they can have 999. SMT, it's all 666.
Oh, jeez. Hope you're not superstitious, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, look, Dragon 4s. Let's kill them with my Dragon Sword.
Just don't put 616. That's the actual Satan number.
Oh, God. Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I saw it on a History Channel documentary, so it must be true. Last night, I was perusing the channels on my Roku, and they just have a 24-hour stream of just Bob Ross videos.
Nice.
So I just set that on, set a 3-hour timer on my TV, and then just went to sleep.
And then suddenly you lost time.
Yeah.
But it was Bob Ross, so it was probably not. It probably wasn't bad, you know.
Plus, a lot of his stuff is darker, like his backgrounds and some such.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a lot easier on the eyes, and I fell asleep faster.
Right. So that is the way to the next floor right there. And actually, I think, yeah, we're pretty close here. We're on the 19th floor. There's only 23 floors, I think. Yeah, 23 total. I only have 22 up to here, but that's because the last one's just a long, narrow hallway. But before we go up, there's another side world down here, and there's also an HP pool that I want to get. I don't think you can fall off here, but I don't want to find out, so... Whee!
I mean, it's an old JRPG, so I assume you can just fall off.
Probably. You probably just end up back on the previous floor. So yes, this is a real HP pool. This escalator on the left will take you back up, by the way, so...
I thought there's just an escalator.
Yeah. Well, it's a more fancy world, you know, because we're coming out of that post-apocalyptic one, so...
Fair enough.
Use up that cat claw. Yeah, Demon King's not really going to have too much to do. I mainly had him available, or rather her, because Sky's a female. I mainly had the Demon King available in this case as a means of getting access to the teleport skill. So, I mean, sleep is pretty good. The fire and ice skills, as long as they're not resistant to it, are pretty good. But a lot of enemies now are going to start getting resistance to, like, elements. So it becomes trickier to, you know, go from there. Ask Cole, does being a map keeper count as a promotion?
Yes.
Apparently it does in fact count as a promotion.
Larry, what are you doing?
Oh God. Cole's got all the Final Fantasy XIV YouTubers on his Twitter feed. That is a dead child. That's morbid for an old Game Boy game. This game has a lot of morbidity in it, though, if you really think about it.
It's not one dead child, that's 3 dead children.
Yeah, and like we were talking about it before when we talked about the mechanics of monster meat. Like, you're devouring something that you just viciously murdered with your own hands and using it to become stronger. Oh, good, I have 2 stealths now. Double surprise
I
attack.
can make a joke about human evolution right now, but I choose not to.
But then again, I mean, really, that wasn't that out of the ordinary for these older games. Like, if you look at even stuff that was meant to be somewhat more educational, like if you look at, what was that game? Evo, The Search for Eden, I think it was. And that's a game that I don't even know how I remember that one, to be honest. But they also had some, like, weird, like, stuff within them for a part of the... Well, he won't be smug after I fill him full of holes.
I love how you just have guns.
That also had a little bit of morbidity in it, so I guess it wasn't that out of the ordinary for the time, you know. Oh, there's a diary here. We barely made it to this shelter. We've run out of rations, so we won't last much longer. Ken and Yuki, forgive me for leaving you. Akira, take care of your brothers. Creator, please look after the children. Did he die while writing it? It just sort of slides off the page here. Well, anyway, he's dead. You can reread it if you want, but it's kind of similar to Socho, though, because if you go into your inventory after reading it, apparently he was storing the detonator for an atomic bomb in his diary. This game is wild, man.
This game is...
It's about to get even stranger. Just trust me, the further up we go in the tower, the stranger this is gonna get. This place gets weird, man.
This place is wacky woohoo wild.
It is wacky wahoo wild. I'm gonna heal up real quick. I don't think I need to use it twice. I think it restores like,
This is like
200
this is
HP
like
a
the
pop or
equivalent
something.
Of fucking like you beat the final boss in a game, like the entire journey's about beating up this one dude and all of his minions. You beat the final boss, and then you think the game's gonna end, but then the door behind you locks the lower part of the tower to exit. A new door opens up behind the bad guy's throne, and you just start walking through what looks like eldritch bullshit. At the top of it all, you just find an eldritch abomination.
Well, they do have like some Cthulhu-looking demons in Final Fantasy Legend 3, so like a lot of the bosses in that game just have eyes and mouths where there definitely should not be eyes and mouths.
That's Cthulhu for you.
Yeah, how bleak for sure. Yeah, that guy did not have a good time. That's for sure.
The question is, why the hell are there just this many dead bodies this high up in the tower?
Well, that's the problem now, isn't it? Because the fiends couldn't have done this because the fiends were all on the lower floors. So that means there's only one person who could have done this, and we're gonna have to fight him pretty soon. I'll just use ice. The endgame JRPG curse. All that money and nothing to spend it on. Actually, Marie, we will have something to spend it on, just not yet. That's
a
all.
whole one.
Just once I use the teleport spell, we'll be able to use it on some stuff. We probably won't run through all of the money, but we will run through a good chunk of it because we still need to get HP 600 potions. And, I mean, look at, everybody's got to catch up to Luna. She's got over 700 HP at this point. That's ridiculous. Basically. I wonder if I can stone those guys. That's just going to be the name of the episode. I wonder if I can stone X. Basically. Yeah, you can't stone those guys. They probably have circle change or something. So, well, this round's going to be a whole lot of nothing, then. Well, other than Adam falling asleep. That's fine. Psychic Sword for the win, Cat Claw for the win, and... just Nail. The Watcher will be dead, yeah. Ow. See, those draining attacks are really the only things that are going to be able to deal too much damage to us at this point, so... What?
On the subject of Eldritch Abominations, I always had, like, a D&D idea session, or an idea for a session in my head, where basically, if the party did a lot of side quests, eventually they would unlock a bunch of these side quests, which would be, like, really long chains, almost secondary stories within the stories themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of it all, they would get, like, this crazy powerful crystal item that they could ingest at some point in the session, and if they collected all of them, basically they beat the bad guy and ended up going off to literally fight, like, Super Cthulhu.
Super Cthulhu. And we got the Aegis shield in that chest, by the way. So that's a little bit better than the flame shield. I'm actually going to stick it down here, because I don't think I'm going to have Adam using too many items after this. So, let me see here. Probably should free up a little space. I should equip that bomb, shouldn't I? Well, I mean, I guess we could just use teleport, couldn't we? Let's get to the 20th floor first before we teleport out of here and sell some of the items so that I can save on inventory space. I just got to remember where the cure books are, that's all. Vulcan on you. I think I can stone you. I'm really just trying to get rid of the stone books at this point, that's all. So. Like, even though it's a skeleton, I think I can still stone it, so. Oh, Luna's asleep. Well, I'm not stoning anything now.
Man, I bet you missed the discard button in RPGs.
Well, I mean, there is a discard button. I just would rather not discard it if I could sell it for money, you know?
Fair enough.
Yeah, we should probably go back to Amiyoko anyway to get another dragon sword if I can. A few things we'll need, so...
I mean, you have enough money, you could probably buy out their entire stock of dragon swords.
I'll take your entire stock!
You said it wrong. It's...
I like that.
I don't know how I do these things with my voice sometimes.
That's the power of your tongue and your voice box, my friend. Okay, so we're on the 20th floor now, so I think it's high time we took some of this stuff down with us. Yeah, I might equip that bomb, actually, because I'm going to save it for the final boss. So, I'm going to stick it right here, actually, and then stick the elixirs up here for now. Because we don't really have much that's going to go here for Jerry. Eventually, these two slots are going to be filled with AoE stuff for him, though, and the cat claw will get used up, and we'll replace that with something else as well. But, you know. As say that internally screams, you need to continue your voice training anew today. Oh boy, good luck, Marie. It seems like it's there's a lot of work that you're putting into it. So and I know it'll pay off, but good luck with it anyway, because it still seems like there's a lot to it, you know. Let me
If it's any
see here.
consolation, Marie, even though I do these silly voices very well sometimes, if I do them for too long, my throat feels like it's going to remove itself from my neck and shoot me in the face with an AA-12.
So I think if I use teleport, I'm going to save real quick just in case this doesn't work how I thought it was, but I think if I just use it, I can just... Yeah, so you pick which floor you want to go to from here. So you could go all the way back to, let's say, the 5th floor or the 1st floor if you wanted to, and then I'm gonna go to the 1st floor because we can just walk right out of the door and sell stuff if I go there. So, yeah. See, it'll take you right back to Base Town. So you can walk right up to the inn, we can rest up for a little bit, so that's good.
And then spend all of our money!
Well, I'm not gonna spend all of it because these shops only have, like, base level items, basically. So... But I will sell this stuff and also sell the door. Because I don't need the door.
Book.
Oh no, I need the stone book. Well, actually, I might not need the stone book.
You just said you were trying to get rid of it.
No, I was trying to get rid of all the other stuff. I might need the stone book, actually. Although, you know what I'm going to do? Is I'm going to take the stone book that I have with only 2 uses left. I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to sell that. I'm going to want to get a cure book, basically. That's what I want to get. A cure book or a rod. And that way I can replace the one that I have if I start running out. So they don't have one there. I think they have it here. They have an extra heart. I guess I could use some of my money to give Adam back the heart that he lost. I'm gonna do that.
What?
Yeah, if you die in this game, you lose a heart. You have 3 hearts total, so...
This game is weird, dude.
Old school RPG. So let's give Adam back his heart.
Finally.
See, there we go. Now we've got 3 hearts in everybody again. Just trying really hard to get female resonance down. It's hard AF. Yeah, I could. Yeah, believe me. I can't really like directly relate because that's not something that I'm doing. But I can tell just by the amount of effort that you're putting in that it's a very difficult process. So.
If it's any consolation, like I said, I can do all these wacky woohoo voices, but I can't do a female voice to save my life unless it's Irish. I wish I was kidding.
He can do a pretty good Irish voice, so.
I haven't quite gotten the speed and the insults down yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say you don't have to demonstrate, but it's fine.
I'm not going to demonstrate because my voice hurts.
I think if we go back to Cloud Country, we can get... I'm looking for the HP 600 potions right now, and I think we can get them here. I'm gonna teleport all over the place, basically, just to find out where I can get them. But the enemies here shouldn't be a big deal anymore now, so... But yeah, teleport is really nice because it just kind of allows you to go to all the different shops and buy anything that you might need. Actually, that's not the right one. Cloud World's over here.
Oh yeah, Jimmy.
I do wish that the encounters were gone, but you know.
On the 11th, I have a phone appointment with a doctor at 12:30.
Okay.
I need you to violently kick me awake.
Okay.
Like pull me out of bed and make sure I have coffee and food in my stomach before that appointment because it's very important.
Okay, I will do that. I'll try to do that for you. I just saved, right? This might actually be an opportunity right here because when we got up to the last floor, I was going to come down to the earlier floors and find the meat of something from the worm family for Skye to eat anyway. So I might actually use this opportunity and see what she changes into. I know we had the Demon King for only a short period of time, but let's see if this works. Skye changed into... Yep, it did work. Perfect.
The landslides. The landslides.
I was going to say, aren't you going to say it? She's turned into Titan. So now Titan, similar to the Demon King, the only difference is that Skye now has access to the Cure spell, which is nice, and then Teleport. She's less useful in the mana department because, as you can see, the mana's not great, but 99 strength, though, that'll work for us.
Yes, 99 strength. That thing that Titan and Savage has
Yeah.
when he shoots me with a howitzer!
Yeah, that too. Yeah, good lord, that's strength, I'll tell you what. Skye is not playing around anymore.
You know, I wish I was kidding about the howitzer. In Phase 2 of Savage, Titan literally just shoots a howitzer out of his chest.
Oh boy. Let's see, we wanted HP 600 potions, which they might have here. I forget, so we're going to find out now. Okay, these guys have HP 400 potions. That's fine.
More hearts.
Do I want an elixir?
You have the money for it.
I guess I'll buy one. I mean, I don't think I'll need it that badly, but I guess I'll buy one. Alright, we're teleporting around again. We got to go to Suzaku's world. I guess I should go to Amiyoko anyway, just because I want to get another dragon sword so that I have it for Adam, so he has it for his inventory. 16th floor for Suzaku's world. So, a bit different than the previous ones. And the motorbike's right here, thankfully, so that should be not a big deal. I think we basically just want to head northeast here. I'll get my bearings eventually. Yeah, there's the library, so we just want to go this way and then this way.
Man, imagine beating Suzaku in this game, and it's like it just came out, so you're like, oh, I should have won. I beat all the fiends, and then like the tower just has more stairs up, and you're just like,
How many towns have we gone to since I beat Suzaku? A couple, I think, so let's buy a few more of these.
I hate that you have to buy everything individually.
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I might get
Nothing,
a
mate.
couple. I might get a couple more actually for each of them, honestly, because they'll want the HP increases as we go further up. They'll be wanting them. Believe
Oh,
me.
the HP 600 increased their total HP. I'm stupid.
Yeah, it increases their total HP until you get to 600 HP. Then after that, it only increases it by 1. So
I'm learning so much about this game in like a day.
you might want to play it when I'm done. Actually, if I was going to recommend you to play one though, I'd recommend you play Legend 3 though, because it's a lot more streamlined than the other two.
You know I'm bad with old games. I still can't play Nocturne.
Yeah, but you'd be able to play Legend 3, trust me. And Legend 3 is a lot of fun,
once the
so
remake comes out.
that's true. Nocturne is now playable according to yes, all the power exactly. Nocturne is now playable according to that one video that I shared out with people. Basically, what it was is in Nocturne before, any skills that you had, you could not individually select the skills that you wanted for each individual monster that you fuse. It was random, and so basically what people end up doing is they kept backing out of the menu and then redoing it, backing out, redoing it. You would spend hours in the fusion room backing out and redoing it until you got the skills you want. Now, you can pick them, which saves a ton of time.
So let me meme here just for a second. In other words, literally 75% of your playtime on Nocturne will be spent banging your forehead against a brick wall, both at bosses and in fusion rooms.
Well, actually, I was going to say I probably spent about 20% of my time with Nocturne in the fusion room, just backing out and going in, backing out and going in until I got the skills that I wanted. So now I'll be able to do significantly better because I won't have to worry about that anymore. Should I get a shoe for a get a boot for Adam? Nah.
Like,
It's fine. We'll get one for
I
him
saw how
eventually.
much Jimmy was struggling in the fusion room, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, I would not be able to handle this. I can barely handle trying to get half-decent boost skills, because I was playing Persona 5 Royal at the time. I don't know how I got my team as broken as I did. I did.
I'm going to equip that other dragon sword, actually, because he'll be able to use it. We'll stick the new one here, and we'll stick the old one here. I'm going to replace this old one with another weapon that has effectiveness against certain enemies eventually, but not yet. We need to find it first, and that's further up in the tower. So, and we'll just keep the bomb here until I want to use it against the final boss. That's what it's going to be used for, basically.
Are you going to drop a nuke on the final boss?
Yes, I am. And he still won't die. Oh yeah, you don't have to go into the tower to use teleport, by the way. You can use it from anywhere. So we're going to use it right now to go all the way back. Actually, we're not going to use it yet. You know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to go to sleep.
If you need something actually to play on Switch, Marie, you could just play the Rise demo. It's coming out tomorrow. And from what I understand, the Bubble Serpent's back, so I'm screaming.
The what demo?
The Monster Hunter Rise demo.
Oh, yeah, I saw the announcement for that.
I'm not prepared.
You've done that in Persona 3 FES. Yeah, because that one also had random skill inheritance, so yeah. Patiently awaiting the Nocturne remaster. Need something else on the Switch. Been over 2 years. Still only have MHGU. Mizzy is back. Time to learn to dance again. Oh boy.
The Bubble Serpent's going to annihilate me.
Now you may recall
Mizu is back, Conquer.
from what I said previously that we're going to need 200,000 gold. So we will still need to get into fights as we're going through up here. We'll make use of all the money. Trust me, it just isn't yet. That's all. Oh, good. And there's an HP pool that isn't working right here. A fake one, even. Oh, look, another side world. Let's go check it out. Library.
Looks like a library.
Okay. Yep, Mizzy
Imagine-
confirmed. Mizu's back. Yes! Ashura is controlled by... Well, that's ominous. What's Ashura controlled by? A flare book! No, Ashura is not controlled by a flare book, but there is a secret flare book in this library. So once we get through the stone book, or we start fighting a boss, Luna's gonna want to unequip that stone book and equip the flare book. But what is Ashura controlled by? Maybe one of these books will tell me.
Probably not.
The... Of course. So who controls Ashura? The plot seems to be thickening. Okay. Well, yeah, so basically, the story of the game, or the very large brunt of it, other than, hey, a world needs helping, go do stuff there, a large majority of this game's story starts happening post-Suzaku. So that's what's going to happen right about now. How do I want to handle this? Oh, there's only one watcher,
I'm the
so...
subject of SMT. I'm over here just crying into my sleeve because 4 and 4 Apocalypse aren't on Switch yet. Oh my god, I got such a craving to play this game so long ago, but they're like hundreds of dollars now.
Let's see how much Sword does. Nice. That's not bad for a monster ability. I know it's 99 strength, so you'd expect more than 200 damage, but considering the fact that it's a monster ability, so it's significantly weaker than the normal weapons that we have, I'll take it. Let's just attack with whatever we have now. I don't want to cure, I'll just fire. I know you've got piss poor mana at this point, but we'll be fine. The Psychic Sword does cut right through their defense, though, because it isn't considered a weapon. So or rather, it attacks with mana rather than with strength or agility, which is what defense protects against, is strength or agility. So, yeah, that's why the Psychic Sword does so much damage there. Let's use up that Cure Book a little bit. We could... Actually, no. Instead of the Cure Book, let's have Sky use Cure, because I can recharge it as we go. Oh, you didn't need healing. I thought 446 was too low. But apparently it's enough to heal Sky up by about 170, 180 HP, so that works. Nothing on this floor. The next floor has a treasure, and then the final floors, plural, are right after that, so... let's see. There's an HP pool above me. Yeah, it really does, though. Like, a good chunk of this game's story and the implications therein happen, like, right around now, so... It's interesting, though. I enjoy what they do with the story after Suzaku.
Like I said, this is something that I would do in a D&D session. You beat the final boss at the top of the evil tower, back door shuts behind you, with a teleport to all the other towns to help you go stock up, and a big-ass door opens behind his throne, and then you just start getting 1,000,000 pounds of lore.
Okay, that should be enough, yeah, to defeat that gummy.
Design.
There we go.
Because you always have to kill God in an RPG.
And here's the healing pool. Right. Oh, look, there's a door down there. We should probably go back and check that out. I just wanted to check that check and see the healing pool up here, really. Let's kill the Watcher. The Watchers have some nasty stuff if they stay alive. They can use, like, death beams and stuff on you, so I'd rather kill them if I can. We'll just let... Yeah, we'll do this, and we'll let you...
Beholders. And I'm just on top
well, actually, Beholder was one of the levels of that monster, so before. Okay, so Luna's not doing hardly anything this turn because she was put to sleep, but that's okay. Luna getting status is kind of going to be like a bit of a meme that's going to happen over the course of the rest of this thing, because everybody else is going to get status protection by the time we fully... Like, once we fully evolve Sky... she's going to get some status protection. Now, the Aegis Shield is actually effective in helping us with that, because when you use the Aegis Shield, it blocks all statuses and all damage, elemental damage from happening. You can still get hit by stuff that's non-elemental, but it protects you from the statuses, so I might end up using that more than I thought. It's too bad most of the shields in the game aren't as useful as the Aegis Shield, unfortunately. Alright, so we gotta go back down here. I'm gonna heal again since I'm passing that by. I'm thinking about learning how to play this on my new Kalimba. I got a Kalimba for Christmas, and I'm thinking about trying to learn how to play the tower theme, or at least the main theme of this game. I might try to play it on there, so...
He has been practicing on that thing quite a lot, most of the time with songs that make me inadvertently angry.
I know how to play Terra's theme, though, from Final Fantasy VI. That doesn't make you...
I was like, there's no fucking way.
That doesn't make you irrationally angry, so at least there's that. Okay. I don't think there's any monsters in this world. I'm kind of stepping on somebody's garden, but let's go see if we can find the person who actually owns the garden first.
Where the fuck are we anyway? We were in Cloud World before, then we went up, and then we went up again, and then we went up again, and then we went up again.
Well, this is one of the side worlds of the game, so they're all over the tower. There's different little, like there's the main worlds where you fight the fiends, and then there's side worlds where you just usually it's just, you just go there to find an item or get some lore.
Right,
In this
tower's
case,
the world tree.
yeah, pretty much. In this case, it's to find Ryu O again. No, it's not Ryu O. It's just some old dude, but he has something for us. Hello, sir.
Did you come from the tower?
Why, yes.
And this is for you.
Ooh, the Excalibur sword.
I was told to wait for a hero from the tower. You have finally come, and I have fulfilled my
And then he dies. So yeah, he was holding on to the Excalibur sword for the next hero that came through the tower for him. And Excalibur is actually a really cool sword in this game because it attacks a group of enemies and has 50 uses. I don't know if that's intentional, but, well, Adam's going to use that as his AoE skill for basically the rest of the game. I'm going to equip his other Vulcan on Jerry, though, and that way we have a couple of elixirs to, use. So that we have them just in case. But yeah, the Excalibur attacks a group of enemies. It's pretty solid. It does a pretty decent chunk of damage, too, from what I understand. It's still strength-based, so it's not like the Psychic Sword where it does, like, damage based on something that isn't against defense, measured against defense. But it's pretty good. And, of course, we got it, like, almost at the very end of the tower, so that might be worth it to help us out there. Luna, do I want to equip Flare on you yet? We do have the Flare book, but it only has 20 uses, so you have to be a little careful with your Flare usages. You don't want to overdo it and use it up before the end of the game, so... Can't believe you prefer the tower from Ys 1 and Origin. Well, I mean, this tower, just for me, it has a special place in my heart just because of the implications of all these worlds and as you ascend through the tower and everything. I'll talk more about it once we get through the rest of the story, but we'll go from there. So in this chest, we get the Glass Sword. Now, the Glass Sword is interesting because it's supposed to only have one use, but the developers gave it 50 uses for some inexplicable reason. So I'm going to do a dumb thing, and I'm going to pass on it. I know that's really stupid, but I'm actually not going to use it because of the fact that it's programmed wrong. It's only supposed to have one use. You're only supposed to use it once, almost like the atomic bomb that they gave us. But it hits one enemy, it hits them really hard. Harder than any other weapon in the game the Glass Sword will hit. So it's basically the single target variation on the atomic bomb. But they gave it 50 uses. Yeah, tempered glass, apparently, yeah, because it's got 50 uses. So you can use it if you want, and it would make for a really good weapon for Adam as we go up to the final boss. But I'm personally not going to take advantage of the glitch. It's too powerful for me, personally, so I'm gonna trash it. Sorry, Glass Sword. You'll be more useful in the second game, where we actually get to use it, and it actually has the correct number of uses.
Behold,
so.
Glass Caliber.
Well, it was Glass Caliber. It actually does about the same amount of... No, it actually does a little more damage than Excalibur because of the fact that it's supposed to only have one use. So
we found Excalibur and then equipped it. Found Glass Caliber and threw it off the fucking thing.
I did.
For Gilgamesh to find another game.
Oh, dear God. I think these Demon Lords, I think, are susceptible to stone because Demon King was susceptible to stone, so I would imagine... But yeah, there you go. 217 damage. Pretty decent to all enemies. It's not great, but it'll get the job done.
Demon Lord is stone. Demon Lord is stone. Demon Lord is stone.
Well, there was
Demon
five.
Lord defeated.
Well, there was 5 of them, so I mean, let's use up the last of our Dragon Sword, though. Now, Soldier, you would think that something called Soldier wouldn't be like the highest level enemy, but I think it's the highest level, like Asigaru katana wielding dude type of an enemy that we can fight. So. I think. I'm not 100% sure. They know barrier, apparently. I mean, that's not going to bother me. I can still murder you with a flick of my wrist, so... Whatever. And we can get rid of the Demon Lords just by stoning them. That's a fate worse than the 9th Circle of Hell, potentially. I guess it depends on if they can see the outside of the tower, because I guess at least it would be a nice view if they could see out there, but no, whatever. 10,000 gold from that battle. And another one right away. Let's see. Oh God, cockatrices! Gotta do something about that. Gotta get rid of them before they become problematic. Are the wizards susceptible to sleep? I'm gonna find out. Oh great, now I'm stoned.
Your hatred of cockatrices is completely understandable.
Well, I mean, I don't personally hate cockatrices. I'm just memeing because H.C. Bailey hates cockatrices. So they have stone skin, by the way, so they can actually stone you in battle. And that would be really bad if this was Legend 2, because then Adam wouldn't be able to gain stats after battle. But, well, it's Legend 1, so I don't fucking care. Just kill it. And we have elixirs, which we've learned before do actually cure all status ailments in this game. So that kind of saves us there, because if we didn't have elixirs, well, we'd be backtracking to the nearest teleport zone so I could buy some needles. But thankfully we don't have to do that, so. Okay. We have one floor left. Let's go up and see what waits for us there. Kind of almost reminds me of that last floor of, hey, there's that dapper old dude again, man. He's really making some ground up here, isn't he?
He can fly.
He probably can. I mean, that's probably how he keeps getting up here. I mean, I know we keep getting into battles and everything beforehand, so he probably just, like, gets past us while we're in the middle of a battle, but, like...
He just brought a rappel.
Yeah, yeah, probably. Wish they sold those so I could get them. Okay, well, Luna couldn't stone them, but they're asleep at least, so... Or some of them are asleep anyway. Let's just keep using that dragon sword. I'll keep using the stone book for a little bit. And just sleep again. But yeah, sleep is really nice, actually, because of the fact that, like, even at 56 mana, it does... it's moderately successful, even against some of the toughest enemies in the game. As long as they don't have, like, circle change or circle para, you're good. So... But anyway, the old dude's here. Let's go see what he's up to. And we have over 200,000 gold now, so that should make things quite nice for us in the endgame. You haven't changed hardly at all, so whatever. I don't think we're going to get Psychic Blast in this playthrough. It's just a thought. Oh, does he? Where above? Oh, here above. I thought that was going to be Ashura right there. Okay.
He's just waiting for you, like, with the clothesline thing.
He just... Yeah, he just, like, ambushes you in battle.
Ashura used clothesline and crit.
Oh, dear God. I probably... Yeah, I'll use the Vulcan, because I'll have you use the sword on the news. I think the news might... Oh, okay, I pressed the fast button accidentally. There we go. Well, that takes care of that, and that takes care of that. Awesome. But yeah, apparently Ashura is up here somewhere, so thanks, old dude, for alerting me before I went up here.
Oh, look, we can't go back.
Let's see. Yeah, that's ominous. Well, we can actually go back because we have access to the teleport skill. So that's rather nice. But I'm going to save anyway right here, just in case, because, well, it's the last floor, so of course things are going to get a little interesting with the monsters. Probably the encounter rate's cranked up and everything like that. It's just going to be a fun time.
Oh, look, we're starting to fight the Eldritch Abominations.
Yeah. Well, actually, all the griffins in the game have looked like that.
Oh, that's terrifying. I hate it.
Actually, I think the griffin sprites in this game look better than the griffin sprites in Legend 2. In Legend 2, they just look off. I don't know what about... Like, it just looks like they... This one, it kind of looks like this weird, funky, cool-looking, like, mystical monster. In Legend 2, they just look like an angry dog. Now, you got to be a little careful here, because Ashura has set up a few little traps for us here. I believe the floors here have floor panels in them, so like you can fall through them and end up back on the 22nd floor. So then you got to end up all the way back up here. I think if you hug the right wall, you're safe. I think. Do these guys have any X potions for me? No, of course not. All right, Ashura, where are you? I see you. There you are. Okay, so now that we made it up here, let's equip the Flare Book on Luna. I'll probably use Sky's Cure, just so that I can top us off real quick. And then we'll go from there. Oh, I should probably also top Adam off. That would be a good idea, huh? Okay, so let's use Cure there. Let's use Cure here. We might actually end up using Cure in the Ashura battle. He's not a pushover. So, but I did equip Flare on Luna, so that will help us quite a bit. And we've got some pretty powerful equipment too, so that should help quite a bit. All right, let's save it. And let's take on Ashura. You may be the Archfiend, but I've defeated the other 4 of your subordinates, so now you're mine. Yes, we have, Ashura. Is it a deal with the devil? Oh, great. Well, what do you think we're going to be? Your new 4 fiends? That's not going to happen. I was just trying to be nice, you asshole. But anyway, so now we have to fight Ashura himself, the Archfiend, controlling them all. So let's just go all out on him for now. I think he can do some status bullshit, so I might want to use the Aegis Shield just in case of that. I'd rather not get hit by that. Let's use Flare because it's very powerful. Do I want to use the Atomic Bomb? I mean, I guess. He is the final boss, so let's just use the Atomic Bomb on him. Why the hell not? And then Sky, just use Sword for now. It's probably your best attack, so... Boom. Nice. That probably does more damage than most of the things that we can do here, so... And, I mean, the Atomic Bomb did almost 600 damage to him, so that's going to do pretty good for us.
Sure, just opens the battle. Now, test your might against me, heroes, and we shall see who shall inherit the world. What was that noise?
Yeah, how exactly are we transporting an atom bomb? That is the question of the hour, and I don't have an answer for you. But I do. I know what it looks like in the DS remake of Final Fantasy Legend 2. In that particular game, the atomic bomb that you get in that one, which it functions similarly to this one, it has one use, does huge damage. When they have it equipped, they show the weapons in that game when they have them equipped. And when you equip the atomic bomb and you hover over it to use it when it comes to be your turn, it's just a big red button. So that's what I like to think is happening here. It's just a big red button that Jerry just pressed and like it just came flying out of the sky. So, but anyway, just do the best you can. Probably going to keep the Aegis Shield up just to make sure that we don't take any BS stuff. Okay, Flare might be a bit of a problem though because that's a lot of damage. Yeah, Jerry and Adam can't really take more than 2 of those, so hopefully I'm going to have Adam contribute to the offense here so we get rid of him a little quicker. I don't want to die. Yeah, we got him. Ashura has been defeated.
Oh, let me beat him with Flare.
Yeah, that's actually pretty nice, isn't it? Oh, and apparently he gave us a little bit of spending money for once we saved the world. That's pretty nice. Usually they don't give you money once you've beaten the final boss. Okay, well, that's it. So now, let's just heal up, and then we'll head to the top of the tower and see what's up there. What's he been hiding this whole time? Let's go find out. I mean, we could teleport back and, like, you know, heal up if we want, but I've got Cure, and I've got Cure books, so we'll be fine. But yeah, Flare is no joke in this game. If anybody can use Flare, it's problematic, against you, rather, because it deals a solid amount of damage. And there are no heal all skills in this game. There's no like, you know, like a Curaga or, well, actually that wouldn't be it. It'd be like more like a Healaga from Final Fantasy 1. That doesn't exist in this game. So you have to heal single target, and that's why anything with Flare usually does a lot of damage to you. Okay, well, let's save it and then head to the top of the tower and see what Ashura was blocking, shall we? Ooh, another door. Paul, what do you suppose is in this door?
Cthulhu.
Well, if the tower's rumors are to be believed, Paradise is right through that door. Let's go find it. Uh-oh. Whoa!
Was there just a hole?
There was a pitfall trap right in front of the door. Can you climb out? Out of where? What? We're back in Base Town. What the hell? How'd we get down here? Well, apparently all of our friends are down here. That's interesting. You're welcome. I'm sorry, I'm just really confused. I don't know how we got here. Apparently the pitfall dropped us all the way back to the first floor. Well, that sucks. Hey, Ivysaur, how's it going? Welcome. We just got dropped down a pitfall at the top of the tower, and now we have to climb all the way back up. Oh, yeah, congratulations. Well, that's nice. Happy couple. Right, oh, how did you get to Base Town? Did you use that door that I sold? Ashura an illusion? Something's not right here. Well, yeah, I mean, as long as you remember your sister, I mean, it's not going to be... It's going to be sad that she's dead, but you just got to keep her in your memory, that's all.
Something's definitely fucky-wucky here.
Something spooky's happening. My name is Archibald. It's not. Sayaka, how did you get here? What do you mean? Are we leaving this world? Hey, dapper old man, what the heck's going on with Ashura? Why are we back here? Oh. Well, see, I figured the road to Paradise was beyond the door at the top of the tower, but apparently there's a pitfall. Do you sell the float spell by any chance? That's a good question, though, Sky. Who is this guy? How does he keep getting up there so much? And, you know, come to think of it, he's not present when we have to open up the doors and use the seals to open everything up. So how is he getting there before us? You know, like, I mean, I guess, again, he could have started, you know, before we got there and then, you know, ended up at the top. But, like, it still seems weird that he always gets there before we do, you know? So I'm going to re-equip the stone book because we'll be able to use that coming forward. Well, let's, do we have anything to sell? Not really. I guess I can check the shops and see if there's anything else down here. But yeah, now the shops in the base town have actually changed. So now there's some really powerful equipment down here. End game level stuff. So we're gonna wanna take advantage of that. First things first, let's grab a sun sword for Adam there. He's not gonna have an ultimate weapon other than Excalibur, so I'm gonna give him the dragon sword and the sun sword so he can take advantage of different weaknesses depending on monster types. So he'll have both of those. I'm gonna go sell the dragon sword in a minute. I'd like to get missiles for Jerry as well, since he used up the atomic bomb. He'll want to
a great
have access to that.
Does it shoot umbrellas?
Unfortunately, no. It is not that kind of a great bow. It is not that great of a bow.
My shit posts are kind of on point.
Oh boy. So yeah, Dragon Sword, Sun Sword, Excalibur, Aegis Shield. Adam is a house at this point, although he's missing some footwear, so we should probably do something about that, huh? Let's see here. Why do I remember him having more armor? Oh, I know why, because we haven't gotten all the armor for him yet. Well, we'll do that in a minute. Let's see, and Sky is still where Sky is supposed to be, so we'll work on that in a minute. I need the missile on Jerry. I might get 2, actually, because we're going to replace the Vulcans with the missiles, basically. Yeah, I should get a couple. And I'll just take the Vulcan 12, actually, will be the one that I keep here. It's not that powerful, so it really won't do all that much good for him, but, I mean, you know, it's useful, because the missiles only have 5... shots in them each, and they're 40,000 gold, so that's quite a lot of money that you're going to be spending there. So we won't really be able to do too much with that. Jerry, here you go. Let's get that missile for you. And I think there's one more item that I want to buy. I'm not sure if it's at this shop, though. You get a bunch of other stuff. There's lasers. Lasers, I think, ignore enemy defense, so if your stats are low, you could use that. There's also power armor, which is nice. There's a dragon shield, but the Aegis shield is better. Dragon helmet and Hermes shoes. Both of these I would like to... Actually, I don't have enough money, do I? Hang on, I need to sell a couple of things then. Dragon sword. Yeah, that's not going to sell for enough. And sell this Vulcan cannon. I am going to need just a little bit more money. That won't sell for enough. That will sell for partially enough. Well, anyway, I'm going to need a little bit more money, I guess, in order to figure this whole thing out, because I need power armor for Luna there. It's basically what it does is it takes up all armor slots, but it gives you a lot of defense. So the only problem with it is it doesn't give status protection, so it's not that great, but it's pretty good. So let's see. How about we buy the power armor first, and then we buy a dragon helmet for... Actually, I'm going to buy the Hermes shoes first for Adam there so that he has them. Those give plus 10 agility, so that'll help him a little bit as well. I might switch the shoes, though, since Jerry's going to be using agility weapons. I'll switch him to the Hermes shoes, and then give Adam the Geta shoes so he has the extra strength for his swords. And then Luna, let's give you... Oh, actually, I might have enough after I sell this dragon armor. Oh, you know what? I probably have to unequip it first, don't I? So that she can replace it with the power armor. Yeah, there you go. See, now Luna is an absolute monster because on top of her natural defense, which, what's it called? She can actually get natural defense from battles. She also has like 75 armor from this thing, so she has crazy stats.
Mamma mia.
Yeah, she's like I said, her abilities are a meme, but she at the very least is going to end up with ridiculous stats by the end game. So now I just need to get Adam and Jerry's HP up a little bit more. I didn't quite get them to the 600s that I want them to get to, but we'll work on that in a minute. 17,209. That's not quite enough for what I wanted. That's okay. We'll get some more money in just a moment, and then we'll need to waste it on these HP 600s. We're going to use the teleport skill, I think, but I might buy a door, just because we're going to lose the teleport skill in a moment once we fight the next monster that we're going to be fighting in a moment. So let's buy a door so that way we can come back here at any point, and we can buy some new stuff. So, but I think other than that, all this should be good enough to get us through pretty much the rest of the tower. So, I mean, it makes sense. How does power armor defend against magical status changes? Yeah, that's true. That's fair, yeah. I mean, it defends against radiation pretty good in Fallout 4, but, like, that's a bit of a different story, isn't it? So, and I'll get a couple of HP 600 since I have a little extra money left here. There we go. But yeah, we still do want that dragon helmet before I go too far here, but we'll worry about that in a little bit. So yeah, there you go. We actually did spend all of that money that we got. I told you it would happen. Just took a little bit, that's all. Okay, there we go. So let's get... once we go into the tower, we can come back using the door, but it's going to take a little bit in order to get any further than that. So I'm going to save real quick. I just want to get enough... I think what I'm going to do... I'm not sure how I want to handle this, because I want to get enough money to get that dragon helmet, but I also want to get enough to get Adam and Jerry to... I want to get Adam up to 600 HP, but I also want to get Jerry to at least 550, because that should allow him to survive. Basically, the closer I can get both of them to 600 HP, the better off we'll be, because then they'll both be able to survive a couple of flares from the real final boss. So... But yeah, let's save real quick, and then we'll head back into the tower. You can teleport back up to the 23rd floor, but you'll just fall back down again. So you actually have to enter this door, which is suddenly locked again by the magic of all 4 of the spheres. So I guess we'll use them. I mean, whatever. Okay, that's a little ominous too. Alright, so we've unlocked the final door now. So let's see what's beyond it, shall we? Well, they got that music that was kicking around when Suzaku was back at the skyscraper now. Is there anything over here? Oh, yeah, there is. Okay, we got a ninja glove here, and that's actually going to be some very good armor for Jerry there. We're going to replace the giant's gloves with that for him. So now his agility is as high up as it can get, and he has 72 defense. So he's doing pretty good on the defense there. Adam, we're going to get him the dragon helmet pretty soon, and then he'll be getting another armor besides the dragon armor after that as well, so he'll be in good shape too. It's just going to take a little bit before we get up to the part of the tower where that is, so... Thank you, Ivysaur. I've played it a few times in my life, so I know a decent chunk about the mechanics and everything. What's Genbu doing here? How did you come back to life? Well, hold on a second. I have to take care of a scorpion first. What the hell. We'll just use the Excalibur.
Scorpion.
Psychic Sword, Cat Claw,
Bring in my glasses.
and just kick him.
I shall return momentarily.
Okay. Ow. That hurt a little bit. That's okay. Yeah, the monsters here do give some pretty decent gold, so it shouldn't take too long for us to get back up to the amount that we need, so... And I'll probably, as soon as we deal with Genbu again, I think he drops a good chunk of money, if I remember right. I'll probably just exit the tower and see if I have enough for that dragon helmet. What are you doing? Well, apparently this is not Genbu, this is Genbu 2, and we have to fight him a second time. Did I save before this? I did save before this. Okay, good. So the thing about this is that the 4 fiends have apparently been revived by somebody. Maybe Ashura really was an illusion, and like he's actually up at the top of the tower, and I don't know, he revived these guys somehow? I don't know. The point is, all 4 of the fiends are undead, and the Sun Sword is effective against undead enemies. It has a chance of instantly killing them. That I will abuse. Since I'm not using the Psychic Sword, I might as well use that. So, and then just use sword and whatever we can do. He's pretty strong, but we should be able to get through him without too much trouble. Got about 2,000 HP if you don't kill him in one hit with the Sun Sword. And we found Genbu 2's meat, and I actually need this because this is the final transformation that Sky's going to have. We'll transform her into a Magus, apparently. They changed the translation a little bit. It used to be called a Majin, but she's a Magus now. And that looks like no mages I've ever seen. Yes, Magus Sky, indeed. But it's a pretty solid monster for the endgame. It has Warning, which prevents back attacks, and in combination with Luna's Stealth, that will actually make this pretty good for us. It has Circle Damage and Circle Change, so it's basically a perfect tank. It has Bash, which is really high physical damage, and it has Quake, which is really high AoE magical damage. And it's coming off of 99 strength or 99 mana, so it's pretty good. Let me see here. Luna got a little bit more strength, I think, so... Well, that's good. And, how do I want to handle the rest of this now? We don't have Cure anymore, so I guess I got to run through the Cure books a little bit. But I do have a Rod, so... And actually, I want to check something to make sure real quick. I want to take the Rod, give it to you real quick. And then... just double check and make sure. Okay, so it does... See, now, I've never actually bought the Rod before myself, so I wasn't 100% sure if it actually did what it says it does on the tin. But it does, in fact, do exactly what it says it does. So, yeah, that's good for us.
Das ist gut.
Das ist gut. Let me see here. We'll use the door in a little bit, though. We're not going to use the door quite yet. I'm going to wait until we get a little further up, because now we have to climb the tower again. But thankfully, it's a lot easier this time, because we're climbing the outside of the tower. And it's an escalator, so... pretty much that. Now, there are monsters on the escalator that you'll have to fight along the way, but it's probably nothing that we'll be too bothered by. I've still got the Stone Book and the Psychic Sword. We'll use up the Cat Claw for a little while, and then we should be good. But yeah, the sword skill there was the same one that we had on Titan, and it's coming off of 99 strength as well now, so that should help us quite a bit. Hope you're ready to see the same floors a few times, ladies and gentlemen, because this place, the floors are pretty much all going to start looking the same for a little while, unfortunately. It's okay, though. We'll be fine. And don't get used to the monsters coming in these small groups. This is pretty much just because we're on the lower floors that they're coming in these small groups, so... But yeah, it won't tell us what floor we're on anymore, because technically it's all the first floor now. Like, we're not in the tower to see our actual floor, but you could count them. So basically now we're like on the 4th floor, basically, and then 5th floor. Now, when the scenery changes, that's an indication that you're about to get into a boss fight. So keep that in mind, because we're going to want to do something about that in a moment. I'm going to save real quick, and then I forget if... Yeah, you need to go on the left side here. I see a dragon face. Uh-oh, Seiryu's back. Let's save here as well, just so we're in good shape. Okay.
Hey, yo, what up?
I guess I was standing on his face for a moment. That's just great.
Seiryu 2.
Yes. So now we have to fight Seiryu again. And he's the same as he was before. He's vulnerable to the Sun Sword, just like Genbu 2. So he's not the same as he was before. He's the same as Genbu 2. I should mention, by the way, that Luna, with this armor skill, it doesn't just set your defense to 99, it actually increases your defense by 99. So right now she has 96 defense, so it would increase her defense to close to 200, which would make her the best tank in the game, basically.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Let's use Bash, because what the hell? It's pretty solid damage. Might kill him in one hit with the Sun Sword, but that's okay. Okay, so see, it does a huge chunk of damage even if we don't kill him in one hit with it, and Bash does 300 damage by itself, so yeah, this shouldn't take too long. Yeah, just like I said. Now, all of these fiends can drop meat, which the meat of these fiends will actually turn your monsters into the highest tier monsters in the game, just like the mages that we got for Sky there. But I actually don't need to eat any more monster meat. I'm going to keep the mages for the remainder of the game, which is not very much longer, and then we'll be done. So here's the armor that I actually was looking for Adam there, is the Arthur armor, which will give him quite a bit more defense than he had before. Yeah, see, now he's up there. He's got 68 defense. He's close to where Jerry is now. And once I go back down and I grab him the dragon helmet, which I'm not sure if I'll be able to do now. Maybe if I sell these. Maybe I'll go up a little further and then I'll use the door and go back down. Although the further up I get, the further we have to go again once I do this. Because you can use the door to get back to the basement or the base town, but you can't use the door to get to this section because you're still on the first floor, quote unquote. So, alright, well, let's use the door then and we'll go back down to the first floor. And base town stays the same, even though you went, into the the outside part of the tower there. It stays the same, so all the inventory is the same and everything. You won't go back to base town 1, which was the one where it was like originally there. You'll go back to the regular base town. So, all right. So how are we doing now on money? We're not quite there from that, and that's 14,923. I don't want to do this. You know what I might do? I might take off... Well, actually, let me sell this Vulcan first and see how much that gets me first. And then once we sell that, I'll be able to tell a little bit better. Okay, 2250. So we're still off by a little bit. Should I sell the door?
It's a door.
Because I don't know if I'm going to be using the door again after this, so... I pretty much just came back down here to get that stuff, so... Okay, What was I going to replace? I know what I can do. Here, hang on. I'm going to replace the army helmet, so let's take the army helmet off. We'll sell that. Yeah, there we go. Now we've got enough. I knew I was going to have enough eventually. There we go. Yeah, money was tight in this playthrough. I'm actually glad for it because it means that there isn't a huge chunk of money just sitting in my inventory doing nothing. But yeah, now Adam's got the kind of defense that I would want him to have in that first slot. It's just his HP that's a little bit low, but we'll work on that as we go up the tower. Maybe I'll use the door again if we get any money to actually fix that, but maybe I won't. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm going to save again, though, right here. I'm a hypochondriac with this stuff. What can I say?
Man, you can tell you played old school JRPGs as a kid. You saved, like, obsessively.
Well, you want to save a lot in this game in particular because they don't tell you when your mutant changes skills. So you kind of want to save just in case they accidentally get, like, a weakness or something, which you definitely don't want, so... Now, I did not put finale in the title of this stream, ladies and gentlemen, because I wasn't actually sure if we were going to make it here today, but I think we're going to finish the game. It's not much longer after this. We just have to defeat the other two fiends and then the final boss, and that's basically all she wrote, so...
I thought there were 4 fiends.
Well, there are 4 fiends. We just beat Seiryu, so that was the second one.
Oh.
So, yeah. So now we just got to beat Byakko again, and we got to beat Suzaku again, and then we're done.
Oh,
So-
Ashura was one of the 4 fiends. I'm stupid.
No, Ashura was the Archfiend. There was Genbu, Seiryu.
Oh, I
Byakko,
literally missed Genbu's
Suzaku.
entire battle. I'm stupid. I blinked and I missed it.
To be fair, he doesn't get his own fight in Final Fantasy XIV either, so I can't really blame you.
That's debatable.
Well, he gets a fight at the end of a dungeon, but that's it. So,
He's an old man. What
Yes.
did you expect?
yeah, well, I
Have you
guess so.
seen how young and strapping fucking Byakko is?
No, because I haven't played that part yet, so...
You need to hurry up. You're missing out.
Oh boy.
Getting those fights in a trial roulette is magical.
So yeah, try to use up the rest of that stone book if we can. I don't think I'll get to that point, but I'll probably use up the psychic sword on the 4 fiends because there's the potential for us to completely kill them in one hit. So yeah, so I'll probably use it up on them. These cicadas might be weak to ice still. I'm just gonna stone them. I don't freaking care. Let's use up some of Jerry's missiles, shall we? And then we'll use flame. I think beam just does non-elemental damage, but I'm not 100% sure about that, so... Yeah, I mean, might as well use the missiles while the enemies are coming at us in groups, so... But yeah, every time that you get up to a different section of the tower, you'll... Once the scenery changes, basically, you'll get a new item that you can equip on your allies there, and it's usually a pretty good item, so... Definitely worth it, I think. Okay, well, that's... What's that guy over there? Whatever his name is. Korun, he'll survive, but yeah, he's not really anything that I'm particularly worried about. So, we'll eat through the rest of this cat claw soon, but I'm not in a hurry to eat through the rest of the cat claw because we still need to go up quite a few floors before we can get the replacement for the cat claw. It'll be worth it, though, trust me. Let's see. Scenery should be changing in just a minute here. Maybe one more floor. Start to get disoriented a little bit after you go through these a few times, you know? You kind of lose a sense of where you are, you know? Okay, so the scenery has changed. Let's save real quick. I'm not sure if I'm going to end up using that door. We might end up with a decent chunk of gold to our name, but I might just beat the game as it is. I mean, it's not a big deal. Those Rakshasas probably have circle weapon, so I'm going to say it might be better to just Excalibur those guys. Try to stone... yeah, I'll try to stone them, because why not? We'll use the missile, and then just do that. That should work. Why is it blank? There he is! It's funny.
Larry's great.
Oh boy. Okay, well that took care of the Rakshasas at the very least.
Ow.
Did anything crazy happen while I wasn't looking at the screen? No, nothing crazy at all. Maybe the Excalibur doesn't attack a group enemies in this game. Honestly, it's been a while since I've used it, so I'm not sure. I thought it did. I know it attacks a group in the second game. Oh, great. He had, like, burning or something. Oh, yeah, he's a salamander, so of course he has burning. Never mind. I am dumb. Let's see here. Do we want to use anything? I should probably heal a little bit. I've got the rod and the cure books, so... See, I told you the cure books would last us quite a while. Last us basically to the end of the game here. We're almost through that stone book, so after that, Luna's gonna have to make do with the, what's it called? She's gonna have to make do without it. She's gonna have to make do with Flare and the Psychic Sword, but that's okay.
Man, the game is really throwing a lot of random encounters at you. It wants it to be one more stream.
I will not be denied.
Commit.
Yeah, committing.
On the subject of just commit forehead,
Oh, I missed one of them with stone. Okay, interesting. I didn't know that.
But yes, on the subject of just commit forehead, I've apparently been assigned call-out duty in Raid.
Oh boy.
So that's gonna be fun. They get to deal with my occasionally, we're like 20 pulls into lockout call-outs.
Where you just forget something by accident.
Well, it's just like, I noticed that my call-outs get less and less professional as
Ooh.
pulls go in.
That's pretty good. She got heal. I think that's a curing skill that you can recharge. That's pretty nice. Well, now we won't even need the rod now, will we?
And I'm just over here
She
like,
got defense too.
I'm gonna go from clock positions, two-person stats,
Wow.
to find your buddy, for God's sakes, be on corners.
Oh, hi, Byakko. So yeah, same deal as the other ones. Just you can kill him in one hit with the Sun Sword, but otherwise just go all out and he'll be dead before you know it. Do I use Bash? Yeah, I'm gonna use Bash because I have elixirs. So. Not quite yet. We don't need the missiles yet. We do need Bash though.
No, we're saving them for the Cthulhu Abomination at the top of the tower.
Well, actually, I'm saving the missiles for any like AOE situations, which we should get into a few of as we go here. Yeah, that Psychic Sword coming in pretty handy here, as I said it was gonna.
By Code 2, Electric Boogaloo has been deleted.
Yes. And you can eat his meat. The other thing about it is that if you eat the meat of both Seiryu 2 and Byakko, it actually does the same thing for your monsters. Like, whatever they would have transformed into when you had them eat Seiryu 2's meat, they transform into the same thing when they ate Byakko 2's meat. So, Byakko doesn't even have his own unique meat. He's that bad. And these actually also got a translation difference in this version. They used to just be a shoe. There used to be no name to these things. What they do is they increase your mana. So if you don't have a mutant with, like, let's say you have a mutant with actually better, well, actually these abilities aren't too bad. But let's say you have a mutant with like a bunch of attacking abilities and you don't actually need to equip anything down here other than armor. You could equip them with the Hecate boots and they would, what's it called? They'd be able to have really good mana, but unfortunately, I don't have that luxury. So I'm gonna use up the Cure Book, even though we have the heal skill, just because of the fact that I'm gonna use heal in battle. I think, like when we get to, especially if we get to the final boss and I need to heal somebody. So, but we might not even end up selling that, to be honest, because we might end up just going all the way up here. Like I said, I don't think I'm gonna go back down. Because at this point it's like, well, that's a vampire, so of course I'm going to use the Sun Sword on him. I don't know if he can be stoned, but I'm going to try, and then we'll go from there. So it said nothing happened. I don't know what that was, but it wasn't me, and that's kind of ominous. I don't know what vampires can do. I know a lot about this game, but that doesn't mean I know everything. So... But yeah, pretty soon the scenery will be changing again, and then we'll be getting into one last Fiend boss fight. Hey, look, another Titan. I was just you. How dare you?
Just don't get howitzed.
They stone him, actually, because he's vulnerable to it. And that ain't really going to help you right now. Because even if you had put her to sleep, everybody else would have killed you before the stone killed you. So, oh good, another vampire. Let's see. I kind of like the Psychic Sword being at 25 uses for the final fight. We won't need all 25, but it's a nice rounded number, you know. Oh, he's waiting for an attack. I don't know what that does. But nothing happened, apparently, when somebody attacked him. Maybe it was like a status effect, and Jerry's immune to it, so it wasn't going to kill him or do anything bad to him. Let's stone again, and then go from there. So yeah, the finale of this might be a little bit longer than usual, but to be fair, the last 3 episodes have been like 2 hours and 50 minutes long. So if we run a little over 3 hours this time, I'm okay with it. And I think we're almost there because the clouds actually disappeared on the side of the tower there, so... Yeah, there we go. Now we're in a new area, so you know what that means. New fiend we're about to encounter. Is this the upstairs? Yes, it is. I don't think there's anything over on these side paths here. I mean, I guess you could check, but... If it's not on the floor where Suzaku is, then it's probably not anywhere, so... Bone King. Okay. Just use the Sun Sword, because why the heck not? He might actually be Circle Change, though, which would be kind of bad, but I mean, whatever. It's probably fine. Yeah, he has resistance to it. See, so now some of the enemies are going to start having Circle Change, and so that Stone Book is going to be not as useful for us as it was, so... But thankfully, we have missiles for that. Well, he hurt a little bit, apparently, but that's okay. We'll be fine. It's fine. We're fine. Luna, why don't you heal yourself? Because why the heck not? Use the Cat Claw and Sword? Nah, just use Flame. Yeah, I think Beam hits a group of enemies. I've honestly never used it, so I guess we could try it. I mean, just to see. I don't need that, thank you. Let's see. Probably need to heal again. Yeah, I'll let Luna heal herself. And let's save, because we about to go fight Suzaku. Yeah, see, there's the treasure chest that we need to look for. It feels like I just fought you.
Why is there already a second version of you? This isn't how enemy reformatting is supposed to work.
I'm going to use the last missile, even though we don't need it for a single targeted enemy, but just because it's that way it's out of my inventory, you know.
Looking for more of it. Shoots a rocket at it.
That's basically what we did. But yeah, same thing with Suzaku. Just blast him with your most powerful skills and use the Sun Sword if you have it, because it's definitely your strongest attack against him. You don't want to use Flame against him, obviously, because he's immune to that. And all of these bosses, by the way, are they all have Circle Change, I believe, or at the very least Circle Para, which prevents any status ailments from affecting them. So you can't stone them to death or anything like that. So, ow! He has a tornado now. Well, that did a little damage, but that's okay. We're fine. You can actually avoid Tornado if you use the Aegis Shield, because it's Ice Elemental, so yeah. But I didn't use the Aegis Shield. I was too busy trying to Sun Sword him to death. So, that's okay, though. We could probably use a little healing there, Luna.
Just a small bit.
Just a bit. Whoops. Oh, yeah, I could probably just scroll up like that, huh? There we go. And Sky actually didn't take any damage because of Circle Damage and Circle Change. I told you she was the perfect tank. We might actually have to switch our party order around a little bit here because, yeah, Luna's a little bit on the strong side there. Almost max stats across the board, 750 HP. Adam and Jerry might end up being the twins in the back row here because Sky and Luna definitely have better defense than them. As a matter of fact, I'm going to switch that up right now. But first, I'm going to get this chest, which has the Masamune in it. Nice.
Oh, shit.
And that we're going to give to Jerry there. 50 uses, it's stronger than the Excalibur. It is single target though for sure, but it definitely does a hell of a lot of damage. So yeah, definitely want to hand it to one of your strongest units if you can. Okay, let's switch up the party a little bit. Luna, you're going in front. Sky, you're up second. And Adam and Jerry, you guys can hang out in the back. Adam, I know you've been party leader for a while, but let's let Luna have her turn, shall we? Okay, final stretch, let's do it. Here we go. But yeah, all the floors after this are going to look exactly the same as this, except, you know, except for the final floor. So, and like I said, I don't think there's anything on those little side paths in any particular case. So, I should probably take the let's use Beam because why the hell not? I should probably take the Stone Books and like use the Flare Books instead. Like that seems like it'd be a good idea. Let's use missiles. Because that way we do a little bit of AoE to everybody. Yeah, 376 damage to everything on the field. Pretty good. So, and then stone that guy. I think I'm going to take the Stone Book from her after this fight because it's good. It's just, it's kind of at this point outlived its usefulness. Now I should be able to get by just fine with just Flare. So,
with just a Flare.
And even if I don't have enough flares to finish off the final boss with them, I'll just friggin' use the Psychic Sword. Like, at that point, it's not really a big deal. So, I mean, we got 17 flares. I still have, like, 36 cures between the two things, so we should be fine. And we didn't even need to heal from that one. I could clean my inventory up a little bit, I guess. I mean, I could get rid of the Stone Book. Don't need that. Don't need the Cat Claw anymore. We'll take the shoes down with us because, I mean, they might be useful for something. Probably use those that elixir up by the time we get to the top, just to recharge my spell uses and everything, you know. But yeah, even if there is anything on those floors there, on those side paths, I'm not really concerned about it because we're armed to the teeth at this point. There's nothing that can stand in our way at the top of this tower. We're getting to paradise whether they like it or not. And Bone King, that definitely means you. Because you gonna get out my way, son. Let's, yeah, we don't need to use the Sun Sword just yet. Let's let the Dragon Sword do a little bit of damage, too. But yeah, Masamune also has a fancy animation, just like the Excalibur there, so. But it does a lot of damage, so. I mean, it's not, like, ridiculous. I'm not gonna be doing, like, 500 damage like I would be if I was using the Glass Sword, but, you know, it does good damage no matter what. Let's try a Flare, shall we? And then do that. Let's use Excalibur and Missile. Gotta make use of them. And yeah, eventually, I mean, if you have enough money at the end of the game, you could basically just have a flare and missiles and just blast everything to death that way. But yeah, we'll at least make it a little interesting, you know. And to be fair, I have less HP than probably most people do when they get to this point, at least on my humans anyway. My mutant, definitely not. Like that's absurd amounts of HP right there. So, although she is going to need an elixir because that weird thing happened where it sometimes changes the spell charges of your stuff. In a couple of battles, actually, it happened because what happened is it took all the heal charges and gave them to Stealth. And Stealth doesn't have charges, so of course it just nulled it all out. And then it took them from Armor and also gave them to Stealth, which also nulled it all out. So that's just fantastic.
Just
we'll deal with that in a minute. Don't worry about it. We'll deal with it in a minute. Aegis Shield in case of instant death skills. Ow! Yeah, that 3 heads ability. Actually, that was 4, I think.
Oh god, they've uncovered 4 heads.
Well, no, actually, it doesn't. Oh, Luna's dead. Well, that's not good.
Luna's dead.
Can I revive her with an elixir?
That's a good question.
That is a good question, because I might have to go use a door to get out of here if I can't.
Didn't you sell all your doors?
No, thankfully I did not. Can't use. Okay, so that battle kind of did not go our way. When did I last save?
You should save right now is what you should do.
Well, I should probably use a door and go all the way down so that I can revive Luna, because she's got our flare books, you know? So this is an unexpected development, which may actually cause me to have to go all the way back up through the tower. But it will give me an excuse to... Well, I don't have teleport anymore, remember, because I got rid of Titan. But I do have the door. So I guess it's good that I didn't sell the door, because otherwise this would not be going over very well for us. All right, let's use the door. Fine, game, fine. I will go down. That does not mean, however, that I will stop.
This stream's going to keep going until we beat the game.
Yeah. This also, though, it gives me an opportunity to get... a little bit, and I have fast forward as well. I have fast mode now if I want to, you know, get there a little bit faster. So, yep. All right, so let's heal Luna there. We'll use up the cure book to get her to maximum HP because she didn't heal when I went to the thing there, and that way I can equip the rod. So, game's throwing me a curveball at the end. That's fine. I like it. Glad that I was able to say nothing can stand in my way, and then the game say, "Are you sure about that?" So. I might still put Adam in the front, though, honestly, just because he's got the Aegis shield, so that... Well, actually, it doesn't really matter all that much going forward. No, actually, it will matter going forward, because the... if he had been using the Aegis shield there, Luna wouldn't have died. So, excuse me for a moment while I fix something. There we go. I guess you are going to go in the front after all, Adam. We will keep Sky in the second position, though, because she's, like, freaking great, so... in terms of her defense, so... That should recharge everything for Luna. And now we just want some HP 600 potions, right? I can sell the Hecate boot there. because we won't need that. Probably sells for a chunk. Yeah, 5,000. That's not too bad. Now I will sell the door because I don't think we're actually going to need it. I'll make sure I save liberally so that in case we need it, we won't need it. But yeah, we won't need the door anymore. And now we'll buy a bunch of HP 600 potions just to get us as close as we can. How many slots do I have? Okay, I can get 6. There we go. Alright, so let's charge up our humans, shall we? That way they're, it's easier to stick them in the first slot if I, power Adam up like this. Give him maximum power!
Power.
And that. Oh, Adam, you beast. That's exactly the number you want to be on with an HP 600 potion, because that way he can get, potentially up to 20 HP out of the next HP 600 potion. So that's, I like that very much. And then do this. I'll probably buy another heart just to give that to Luna so that she's not sitting there with 2 hearts at the end. Okay, 618 is perfect. That's exactly a good chunk enough of HP that I would want to have. Jerry, whatever you can get at this point is good. If you get above 550, that would be incredible because that's probably enough to let you survive 2 flares. Flare is the big killer in these cases. It does enough damage to potentially kill your guys in very few hits. So if you can get enough HP to survive it, then definitely do that. I'm going to actually do this real quick. I'm going to use up the second to last charge on the cure book right here. Then we're going to buy more of those HP 600s. I can buy 5 more and then a heart. So that and then a heart. Let's see. As I say, you guys do sell a heart, right? Yeah, there we go. And let's take the heart. Give Luna back her heart. There we go. Jerry, whatever you get is good. You might even get over 600, depending on how good your gains are here. I mean, the closer he gets, the better off he'll be, so. Yeah, that's acceptable. I'll take that. That's fine. Let's stick the rod down here.
I love how it was like you
use
got
the
6
last
and you got
cure
10
book.
and you just shot up.
Yeah. Well, it's anywhere from 5 to 20 that you can get out of each potion, so that's why it sometimes it shoots up like that and sometimes it doesn't. Luna, go ahead and equip the healing rod. And we are all set and ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. We need to make the final push now. I know I said that before, but now it actually is going to be the final push because I'm going to just use fast forward to get through everything. I might even actually try to run away from battles. What a concept. Whoops, wrong way. There we go. Alright, back up in fast forward. I do, however, wish that the encounters in these parts, like once you defeat the fiends, that the encounters would go away. But I mean, it's fine that they don't, but I would prefer it. That guy is immune to flame because he's a salamander, so he, I think he gets hurt more by ice than anything else. So, that's not bad damage. Now, beam attacks everybody, so, and then of course missile attacks everybody as well, so. Oh wow, that didn't kill any of them? Really? Wow. Well, I killed one with the dragon sword, but, I was expecting to at least get one other kill, but maybe I should have just used psychic swords or flare instead. And there we go. Takes care of that guy. Let's keep going, shall we?
How close are we up to there, Jimmy?
We're on the 5th floor. Well, quote-unquote 5th floor. We're getting there. I should save, though, because I'm playing with fire here if I don't do that.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Let's see. Why don't you attack those guys? Let's use up some more flares, and then just mass immune that one. The mass immune should have plenty of charges on it. Like, you shouldn't really need to... You shouldn't run out. That's the point. That guy has a lot of HP. Wow. So, yeah, you shouldn't run out of mass immune or Excalibur charges, especially when you have as many swords as Adam does. Like, he's got a sword for any occasion at this point, so...
He got a sword for just any occasion.
Let's see here.
Got one for Monday, one for Tuesday, one for Wednesday, one
Save
for
real
Christmas.
quick. And then keep going. When we get to each new floor, I'll just save. So that way we're in good shape. Okay, so we obviously need to direct a lot of our attention over here, because those guys are quite damaging. Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember why I couldn't do that before, because I wasn't using missiles. That's why. and now we should be able to defeat them. Yeah, because of the missiles and then the swords and everything else. So, and flare. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. And if we do run out of flares by some chance of fate before we get to the final boss, I will try to avoid having that happen. I might even try to run from this fight. Nope. Okay. But if we do run out of flares before the end of the thing, we will just be able to use the Psychic Sword in the final boss. It'll operate similarly for us. It doesn't. They do about the same amount of damage, basically. It's just one is more of a single target thing and one is more of a multi-target thing. So, oh good, she replaced stealth with stench. That's just gonna come back to bite us in the ass now.
On the foul stench.
Look at that. Okay, so blast them with flares. Defend with the Aegis Shield, give us all a shield, give us the Mass Immune, fire, and that defeats 2 of them. Nice. So yeah, Aegis Shield coming in handy. Very nice. I approve. Why don't you heal Adam real quick? If he doesn't, yeah, there we go. If the enemy doesn't die almost immediately. Let's see. So yeah, we definitely need a little healing here. Yeah, let's use up the rod a little bit. Whoops. Oh. I was like, wait a minute, why is it not reacting? Because I'm on a controller that's slightly away from the console, so it, sometimes it doesn't see the inputs or read the inputs as it is. And now let's use heal, now that we're a nice even number of uses on that rod there. I'm going to save after that just because I just healed, so now let's keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah. Flame. I'll just use Ice for this one, and then the Mass Immune, and see if that works out okay for us. Because between Ice and Flame, they're dealing, like, what, 400 damage, and then we're doing a whole bunch from the other stuff, so... Okay, well, the turn order kind of screwed me there, but, I mean, it should be alright. Okay. Keep going. Almost there. Actually, we're about halfway there, so that's not quite true. Oh, yeah, you can't hold up there. I forgot about that. Oh, jeez. If you hold up on that section there, it'll actually send you back down. So don't hold up when you're there. Flare, and then see now not having missiles here is going to kind of suck, but whatever. Make do without it. Yeah, see, look at all that damage. There's a lot of enemies. So there's a lot of enemies in this particular part, which is going to make this a little bit trickier than it probably should be. Yeah, why don't you heal at him, because that's a lot of damage that he's been taking. Ow!
Ow.
Okay, and that should defeat... Okay, it didn't defeat them. Man, what do they got in their arsenal? They've got almost as crazy of an arsenal as Adam does. Jesus, I'm barely keeping up with the healing here. Okay, there we go. I was going to say, I'm on a conveyor belt, aren't I? That's going to cause me some problems. Okay, see, now these are starting to get into points where the enemies here are starting to get to levels of, like, Final Fantasy Legend 2 numbers of enemies, and that's just not cool for me in any way, shape, or form. Because they do quite a lot of damage. Ow. I don't know if I have the offense to take all of this. I don't like the idea of having to go back down, so, again... I am absolutely 100% committed at this point. I am not stopping until I beat this stupid fucking game. And it's not a stupid fucking game. I'm just saying that because it's being belligerent at the very end by throwing everything in the goddamn kitchen sink at me. Let's see. I keep going with flares and then do this. See, we could be at the top right now. That's the only thing that's getting me, is that we could have been all the way up at this point, but yeah, well. There's 2 of those guys left. Do this, and then do that, and then do that, and then do that. Okay. And then kill that guy. No, I don't need that, thank you. Seriously. I don't dare to run from these enemies though, because especially this guy over here is just a danger. Like that's just a death waiting to happen. So I'm not gonna dare. So Okay, at least we got rid of him. Let's see. Let's just blast all of these as much as we can. Psychic Sword. We'll use the Psychic Sword instead of Flare because we should be able to, yeah, beat them all up. We used Flare in the last round, so that should make it a little easier for us. We're already back up at 88,000 gold, so that's just great. All right. Now that everybody's almost dead again, let's heal up, shall we? Well, at least Luna gets a hell of a lot of HP back from healing. Probably because she's got maxed out mana, you know. That would make a big difference. I'm going to use her heal skill for that 1 HP because we definitely don't need to worry about that. Okay, so now that we've had a near miss there again, now we'll do this. Okay. Oh, apparently the clouds were gone before this. See, I didn't notice that. The things I noticed on the second time through... Oh, there's only one enemy, so let's just use the... Excuse me, let's just use the Psychic Sword. Sun Sword should, yeah, be enough because he's an undead enemy. So even the extra defense that they have as undead enemies won't help them against the Sun Sword because it's effective against undead. So here, yeah, just do this again. But at the rate we're going, even though we had to go all the way back down, we might actually be okay in terms of our charges on our spells and everything. Like, I've got those 3 elixirs, and in terms of, like, our Psychic Swords, the Mass Immune, everything like that, we might be okay in terms of how many of them we've used. So, let's see here. Yeah, just Psychic Sword again. Like, it might get to the point where we almost completely use up all of our weapons. Like, I don't think the Mass Immune will get to that point, but it might be kind of close. I'm gonna save again. I'm getting that feeling. My spider sense is tingling. Let's see, just dragons. Yeah, let's just do this to them. I'm sure we'll be able to defeat 2 of them with all of that damage going out. Yeah, there we go. And 2 Musashi's Excalibur because it's doesn't. If I don't have a particular elemental weakness, or rather a monster type weakness to take advantage of, then I'm going to just hit them with the best that I have, which in this case is the Excalibur. So there we go. All right, I might have taken. Yeah, I took a little bit of damage there. So Rod again. Just top everybody off. Save real quick, and then keep going. Now we're going to start getting to the point where we have money that we don't know what to do with because there's not going to be any shops for the remainder of the area, so yeah. Okay, I think we're about back where we were now, so the Sun Sword will do really well in this fight in particular, so let's see. Oh, you know what? I haven't been using Quake. What the hell am I doing? I should be using Quake along with Flare and the missiles and everything, so alright, well, let's do this then. Because Quake will deal, I mean, unless they have Circle Quake, in which case they won't take damage from Quake. But it does good damage coming off of 99 mana, so it, yeah, I should have been using that before. What the hell am I doing? And I have the elixirs, so it's not like I can't just spam that shit. Oh, well. At least I remembered before the end of the game. I'm going to save again. Monsters up here can start to get a little nasty. Okay. Almost there. And then everybody else attack over here. Oh, you got Nimble now instead of that other armor. I really wish that Luna would have kept her stealth skill, because it would have been a lot nicer for her to have at the very end. I don't think you can get a stealth attack on the final boss, but it just would have been nice going through this area, you know, being able to get preemptive strikes. So, before I do anything stupid, let me just heal again. There we go. We're down to 15 uses on the rod. That's not bad. And save again. Let's see. There's got to be only like one more of these floors. Nope, another one. Okay. I don't know when these doors stop and the actual final floor of the tower starts. Oh, okay. There it is. I guess I was getting that feeling because I knew it was happening pretty soon, so. Oh, good. 2 Scyllas. Well, we got the Dragon Sword, so that should help us with that. Psychic Sword and Mass Immune. We'll kill them. There's no way. Ow! And at 4 heads, I mean, even though it's, you know, not 3 heads, it still deals quite a bit of damage, so gotta be careful with that. I'm just glad I wasn't on a conveyor belt there, because I probably would have gotten into another fight. We'll use heal, because that way we get our charges nice and even, just like that. And let's save before we go on said conveyor belt. And go all the way into the sky! Oh great, the Demon Kings are attacking us now. I thought I got rid of you! I don't think I can use Flame on you, though, because you have Circle Flame, so... Could I? No, you have Circle Quake, too. Damn. That's a tricky one. Well, let's just use Flare, then. And the one that Jerry hits with the Mass Immune should die. Yeah. I don't know about the rest, yeah. But we can get rid of the other ones. I don't think the Demon Kings are considered undead type enemies, so they don't take extra damage from this. Nope, never mind, they do. Excuse me, I was wrong. Okay. There we go. Not this time, game. I know all your tricks this time. Alright, let's use heal. Heal Luna to full. I think we can save in the middle of the conveyor belt, but it's fine. Let's just keep going. Whoa, it's getting trippy up here. We're going into space. And now we got to fight Fireman, so that's also great. Does he have... I think he has the same circle damage and circle change that Sky has. I'm not 100% sure about that, though. But I don't think you... I'm pretty sure you can't stone him as a result of that, so... Those flares are getting used up, though. I mean, it's okay. Might as well use them when we've got a whole bunch of enemies to target, right? So... Okay, we got rid of one of them. That's good. Yeah, that flame ain't gonna do a whole lot of good when I'm holding up the Aegis shield. Psychic Sword and Mass Immune. There we go. Oh, he used Burning on me. No, not yet. The game threw a curveball at me when I was almost at the final boss and forced me to go all the way back down to the bottom and heal up. Man, we really are going into space.
That's crazy.
What the hell is up here? Okay, Sun Sword we've shown as actually useful here. I guess just Beam. And then Flare and Mass Immune. I'm just gonna fast forward through these because we've seen this all before at this point. Okay, and then Sun Sword again. I'm just gonna use regular sword. The Psychic Sword. Mass Immune. All the swords! No sleep for you. Just death. I don't need that. Oh, well, the door's there. Okay, I forgot to unfast forward at the end of the fight, but that's okay. We're pretty much there now. So, are we back at the pitfall door, or is this a different door? That's my question to you. Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's to go through. So let's see what waits for us behind the last door in the tower.
What?
Okay. Apparently you can heal using this thing here. Does it give me back my charges?
Why did we just come out of the healing orb?
I have a better question. Why are we stuck in a white void like this?
Oh god, it's Palace of the Dead past floor 200.
Okay, so Jerry doesn't need the elixir. Actually, neither does Adam. Only Sky and Luna need it so they can refresh their stuff. So I guess we'll keep the one elixir just in case of anything weird happening. But apparently we're in a white void. I can't say this is what I thought Paradise would look like, but it's something. Let's have a look around, shall we? There's just a random table in the middle of the void. Was somebody eating dinner here? What the hell? This is trippy, man. I don't even know where I'm going. Oh, okay. Hang on. That's off-white. That's a river. So if I follow the river, maybe I'll find civilization. Here's the chair. Wait a minute. What are you doing here? It's that dapper old guy again. So, okay, something weird is going on here, and you're going to tell me what it is after I make sure I'm not going to die when I talk to you. Okay, so I have 15 total turns that Luna can take before she has to start using her skills, which is good, and I have 24 Mass Immune uses. I think we'll be okay. Let's go find out. Alright. Okay, so this is the creator. The dapper old dude that's been following us. He didn't need the spheres to get through the whole tower because he created everything. He apparently created the whole game. Is he breaking the fourth wall? No, I'll let him explain. He created the tower and every world in it to test the people of the worlds to give them courage and determination to test them against impossible odds and see if they would come out on top. Okay. Sure, Ashura tested all of us, but, like, he really just ended up making most of the worlds be a bit of a shithole, didn't he? I mean, the Fiends took over and spread lies throughout the world. Like, what do you think? And you think this is a game? Yeah, but why would... If you hadn't created all of this in the first place, like, okay, maybe the people wouldn't have existed, but you're creating pawns for something that you want to see things have this courage and determination, but you're using everybody like chess pieces, dude. That's not cool. And when he says many have failed the test, if you're playing the Japanese version, it's actually true, because if you remember that one Flare book library that we went to that said Ashura is controlled by the something that we couldn't read, that actually, in the Japanese version of the script, it lists other adventurers who have tried to climb the tower in the past and have failed. It lists who they were, where they were from, and where they died. And the party's like freaked the fuck out by this because they get to the last one and it's their book, but there's no death floor on it. So they're like, wait a minute, what is going on here? And then you get here and it all makes sense. The creator created the world to test people. Not to let them be or do their own thing. And yeah, we didn't do this for a reward. We were just doing it for the adventure. Why would we want a reward? You're no better than Ashura, you know that? Yeah, we know you created everything. But we're people, not things. Well, we are a bit hot-blooded. You did create us that way. Marie, welcome back. Yes, plot. The plot is happening. The dapper old dude is the creator. And we're gonna go fight him now. So, yeah, this game gets wild at the end, dude. Okay, so first things first. The creator does nothing on the first turn. So take the opportunity to do as much damage as you can to him in the first turn. But, with that being said, he will not take it easy on you after that. So we'll need to use the Aegis Shield almost every turn to avoid most of his other stuff. He can use Flare, he can use a bunch of other AoE stuff, so he's pretty powerful. And that's why I saved right before this, because we might actually die. So, we'll see what we can do to him. Here we go. Yeah, see, he doesn't act on the first turn. He wants to see what you're capable of first. And he's pretty powerful, too. He has like 5,000 HP, so...
Well, he's God.
Yeah, but I mean, if we're doing like, you know, what was that, like 800 damage a turn? It should be all right. I want to use the Aegis Shield for now until we do about 2,500 damage to him. I'm going to try to keep count if I can. Once we get to that point, his attack script changes and he'll stop using status ailment attacks on you, and then you'll be able to attack him more freely. Now, that being said, he will attack you more freely at that point too, so it's not like you can rest on your laurels, but, you know. Oh, he didn't act on the second turn either. I thought it was just the first turn. Oh well. I like the pirate hat he's got though. That's pretty fancy. Wonder where he got that from. Yeah, I know. I was definitely quoting H.C. Bailey there when I said 5,000 HP like that.
Bailey totally isn't one of
I think I was holding down the button there. Yeah, because we're definitely into the next round here. Okay, so that light there is a status ailment skill. It would have confused you, I think. So, yeah, you don't want that to happen. I'm going to use the Aegis Shield again. I don't know if... I think he has Circle All, so I don't think I can use Quake. So we're just going to use Sword for now. We're out of flares, so we'll use the Psychic Sword, and we'll use the Mass Immune, and hopefully we'll be able to get through the last of his 2,500 HP. I am not joking, though, when I tell you it gets pretty tough after this. Like, that right there that he did was his left hand, I think? And it deals less damage, but his right hand deals almost as much damage as Flare. I think it's like 200 damage to everybody. So at this point, now that he's done that, we know that he's in his second phase, so we can start attacking him regularly and not using the Aegis Shield, and we should be okay. But from here, it's just attack. If you don't attack, you will die. So it's a bit of a difficulty spike right at the end, as you can see. But,
ow!
Yeah, ow is right. Jerry will die to the next one of those, so that's just phenomenal. I don't want to stop to heal, though. We gotta keep damaging him as best we can, so... And hopefully we'll get through it. Ow, again. Come on, Jerry, live. Damn it. Okay, well, we did the best we could.
Jerry's dead.
Yes, he is. We're going to start falling like dominoes here in a minute, though, if we're not careful. He's almost dead, though. Okay, so Repent is another one of those skills that can inflict status ailments. I think because of the fact that Luna had such high mana, it made her immune to it, but I'm not 100% sure about that. All right, come on, you three. We can finish this. Maybe. Well, never mind. We can't finish this. Okay, so that's the creator. He's not easy, and it might take us a couple of tries to get through him, but that's okay. We'll make it. We just have to be a little bit more careful there. I don't know if I could have done that better though. So, yeah, oops and rip is right. Well, we'll do the best we can. So, all right, let's just fast forward right through this because it's all stuff we've seen before. Thankfully, I saved right here. Could you have imagined if I had gone all the way back up had to have gone all the way back to the bottom? Well, what is the destiny of mortals, creator? To defeat you? Because that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so let's just bash him while we've got some time. I might have Luna use armor, actually, because that will allow her to survive a little better. I think his attacks are based on defense. Not flare, but like left and right are based on defense. So, because this is some Kagutsuchi levels of damage. Can you buff in this game? Just armor. So, I might be able to use Nimble, though. That might increase my agility, but that won't really help me all that much. So, I should have been attacking him. Well, anyway, armor will increase Luna's defense up to about almost 200. I don't want to use it again, though, because there is an overflow where it will actually go back down into, like, not negative levels, but she'll have, like, if I use it again, she'll go down into, like, the 30s in defense, and that wouldn't be good. So, excuse me. So let's just keep blasting away, see what we can do. But yeah, that armor might actually be our saving grace here. I'm not 100% sure about that, but we'll see what we can do, because even Sky in that case couldn't keep up with the damage. Now, if you have somebody who has, like some, cure spells, I have a rod, but Luna can only heal one person at a time. This is really where the challenge comes from at the end of the game, is because you don't have access to multi-target healing. And that's where the challenge is because the creator can just multi-target blast you at the end of the game. So it really... You know what I'm going to do, though? I think I'm going to... No, actually, I was thinking I was going to keep the flares for later when it starts getting completely out of hand so I could just blast them with as much damage as I can get off in a single turn, but... You see, the glass sword would be kind of nice right about now.
Wow, maybe you shouldn't have thrown glass caliber away.
Yeah, I know.
My IQ is low.
Well, whatever, we'll make it. Eventually, we'll make it. Maybe I should have had Sky be a monster that could heal people, because then I'd have two people that could heal, and that would at least get us through a little better. Okay, so I'm going to heal Jerry. Jerry, of all people, needs to be kept alive, because his mass immune is the strongest thing that we have, so I really need to make sure he lives through more than one of those, so... Yeah, see, because everybody else, except maybe Adam, can live through one more. I know I just ate up Luna's offense by doing that, but... It's a bit of a puzzle at the end, you see. You have to attack in the right order or else you die. Yeah, see, the mass immune's not... That didn't do nearly as much damage as it probably could have there. Oh, well. The more turns he spends using Repent, the better off we'll be, though. Because that's him, not him killing me with Flare, so... Okay, so Repent is good. Yeah, there's a bit of randomness to his script, so he won't just cast the same things over and over again. So it gives you a little bit of wiggle room. Not much, but a little. I'm going to heal Adam, so that way we might be able to live one flare now. Ow, 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 ow. Yeah, see, we lived the flare. Good. So now we can attack again next turn. So. Okay. Come on, all four of you. We need to give him everything we've got or we will die this turn. So, Yes! Got him!
Congratulations.
Psychic Sword for the win! I like the cut, by the way, that they do right at the end there. That's a nice little effect for the Game Boy. But yeah, that was definitely some crazy damage that he does there, so you have to be careful. Now, if you have some, if you have the glass sword and you have some other stuff, like if you have a couple people that can heal, my original plan for Skye was to make her into a Kirin, which is a Chimera-like monster. It's the highest level Chimera monster. It has Cure. So we could have avoided that a little bit by having the both of them heal, having Adam use the glass sword and having Jerry use the Excalibur, or not Excalibur, Mass Immune. But, well, I threw away the glass sword and didn't turn Skye into a Kirin. So we ended up with a end of Final Fantasy III NES level of fight where we only had one healer instead of two. And if you don't have two healers at the end of Final Fantasy III NES, you're fucked. Random bosses. Try the super boss, the original Etrian Odyssey 2. Fight him at night, and his scripted pattern is thrown out the window. Oh, great. But yeah, that second repent that he did definitely saved us, because we would have died this turn to another flare. Whew! It's over. That's a good question. Hey, there is another door. Wonder where this one goes. Well, we made it through for the adventure, so I mean, yeah, we did pretty good, Skye, especially with you and your loud mouth through the whole game. Where are we going, Adam? And so, having completed their journey and killed God, the heroes return to Base Town, having fulfilled the adventure of a lifetime.
That door is going to be important in the second game.
Maybe.
Hey, look, we're back in Ashura.
And so this is the quote-unquote credits of the game. They don't have credits. They probably should have put text boxes with like the developers' names in it here. But it will advance, as far as I know, automatically. But that's the game, ladies and gentlemen. Am I sure this isn't an Atlas game? Well, I'm pretty sure, to be honest with you, I'm pretty sure Atlas took some inspiration from these Final Fantasy Legend games because they all came out before SMT2 did. So SMT2 came out in '94, if I remember right. So these games, when they say that they have the word legend in them, they are not kidding. They are legendary in the Game Boy industry and in the JRPG industry because I think, honestly, they influenced a lot of games that came after them. So even though this particular game I would call rough around the edges with its mechanics, you could tell where Square was really like trying to test the waters. This was a new system that they hadn't really done much on before, so they were trying to figure out if they could really make it work on the Game Boy like they made it work on the NES. So you could see how the mechanics kind of are a little touchy at times, and at other times they just simply give you bad RNG and then don't work how you want them to. But I could see where the heart went into the game. The story, there wasn't a huge chunk of story in the game, but what you got out of it and then the implications of the story itself are crazy, especially at the end game. Like, it's got that Final Fantasy I charm to it where you can kind of fill in the blanks of how you think the world might work once you figure everything out. And it gets wild at the end. So, because yeah, we did. By the end of the game, we had to attack and dethrone God after finding out that everything in our world was not as it seemed. The four fiends were revived. We had to kill them again, go all the way back up through the tower. I love the atmosphere that this game gives off, right? It's a really cool little world that they put into this Game Boy game. And while the mechanics don't always work as I think they should, they aren't as tight as some of the other games in the series or as other RPGs that we've even played. I think it's worth playing just as a piece of history, to be honest, because despite the fact that it's older than me, it has a special place in my heart. And that's it. That's the Final Fantasy Legend. I didn't say anything about the music. Music is awesome. For a Game Boy game, Nobuo Uematsu, who was the composer in this game, did an awesome job. With just those few little bleeps and bloops, he made some pretty kickin' tracks. And to be frank with you, it's only going to get better from here because Final Fantasy Legend 2 really cranks up the volume on the tunes. And Legend 3's soundtrack is pretty good in its own right. So, yeah, it's going to get good from here. But that's it for the Final Fantasy Legend, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed this playthrough as much as I have. It's been fun. Like I said, some things did not work as intended. Ivysaur, thank you for following. I appreciate that. And we had some bad RNG, especially on Luna's abilities. They became basically a meme by the end, but that armor worked pretty good. And, you know, Skye's meat transformation sometimes had bad RNG, especially in the first and third episodes. But it all worked out in the end. So that's going to be it for me for this week. And that's going to be it for the Final Fantasy Legend, the Stream Edition. Come back next week when we'll be starting a new game. It won't be Final Fantasy Legend 2, though, not right away. I'm going to be playing something in between, just like I usually do with these games that are on collections. I alternate between something else and these. So we will find something else to play on the next episode. So thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. Apologies for the longer stream at the end here today, but I would not be denied. I knew I could beat the game today, and I was not going to be denied even though the game threw a curveball at the end. So, but yes, I will post the schedule for next week on Saturday, probably about 7, 8 p.m. EST, just like usual. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week for a new game. So until then, everybody, take care and have a good one.
Peace.
You're welcome, Ivysaur, and everybody else. Yeah, only another hour. I mean, whatever. It's not, you know. It's almost ended up being as long as a birthday stream. Oh, boy. That'll be later this year. But yeah, take care, everybody. We'll see you on the next one. I don't know when that's going to be yet, by the way. I'll know by Saturday, though. Okay. Oh, attacking and dethroning God really makes you have to stretch out, doesn't it?
Yep. Just wait until you attack and dethrone Cthulhu.
No, that's the third game.